Dr. Lina, which one should I invest in? And that's the most of the questions I get every single time in my box. Welcome in and happy Sunday, everyone. This is Money Talk with Dr. Lina. This is the Million Dollar League. We're talking about ETF, and tonight is Family and Finance Night. Family and Finance Night, what does this mean? It's about financial freedom for every member of the family. And Ikechi was number one today. That is absolutely amazing. Welcome in, everyone. Hi, Nkechi. Welcome in. Welcome in. ETF real estate. But tonight is more about every member of the family. Family and finance. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Let's get the class started. We'll get the class started. We'll get the panels over. We'll get everything started tonight. Happy Sunday, everyone. My favorite day of the week because of you. Oh, that's great. That is great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Welcome in. And we know the drill. We get it started because today is not class, but it's also going to be class because I'll be teaching, and at the same time we would also be having our panels where we'll be able to ask questions. And if we decide to go the teaching route as the Lord leads, we'll go that way. So welcome in. And today is what? Family and finance, right? Family financial freedom. So every member of the family, how does this impact them? Because it takes everyone in the family, how they are being impacted to have a whole family that is financially free, right? And forget about it. You might be married, you might not. At some point, you might, I mean, you can be a child, right? Every member of the family, you're still a child to your parents, right? You're still a brother to your sibling, right? Or sister to your sibling. So these impact everyone. Welcome in, everyone, and let's keep tapping out the live. As soon as we get to 5,000 taps, we get the class started. How are you? Welcome in, everyone. So let's get it started. 5,000 taps and 50 shares. 5,000 taps, 50 shares. We're talking tonight. We're going to be talking about things around probate, things that you never even think about. We're talking about living trust. Going to talk about LLC. We'll be talking about protection. We're going to be talking about having your children on what's it called? Authorized user, how to set up your kids for success. Those are things that we're going to be talking about today. Every member of the family, right? Those are things that we're going to be talking about. Ultimately, family financial freedom. What does this mean? That's what we want to be talking about today. So let's get sharing out. Adam, welcome in. Press my forehead on the screen. Share it out. That's what we do here. Stay here 2 minutes before you click on that plus sign, which is the follow button. Okay. Make sure you do that. Tap out the live, share out the live. Battle Royal from on the white side, welcome in. Kevin, welcome in. How are you all doing today? Also indicate the country where you're connecting from. We clock country number 54 in 8 days yesterday. Country number 54 in 8 days. Isn't that amazing? Hello, LG. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you doing? Lily P, welcome in. Battle Royal, welcome in on the TikTok. Dominican Republic. Now that's country number 55. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you all doing? Click on the subscribe button. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Lina. Maybe you're just meeting me from the first time. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I help professionals turn their income into real wealth. We will typically talk about ETF, real estate, businesses. We're going to be touching that today as well. When can I get in touch? Absolutely. Anytime. Send me a DM. Send me a DM. Otherwise, you can also schedule a one-on-one session. You'll find the link in the bio. Miami. I am in Texas, in the United States. So you're very, very close to me. Miami, how are you doing? Welcome and click on that subscribe button. All right, Adam. Yeah, just send me a DM. Let's start tapping out the live on the TikTok side. As soon as we get the 5,000 taps, we're gonna get the class started. Hey yo, welcome in. Nobody here for that. We wanna. All right, that's fine. But guess what? You are. When we say family, you're a brother to your sister, right? Or you're a sister to your sister, a brother to your brother. You are a son to your father, and exactly. So you understand the drill. It doesn't have to be as a couple. You're thinking about it as a couple. You are an entity, okay? Adam, thank you so much for the daily admin. So as soon as we get a five, okay, Ayo, get that. Now you understand that, Ayo. Okay, welcome in. Let's keep tapping out the like. Click on the subscribe button if you're not done that. If you're just meeting me for the first time, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I help professionals to turn their income into real wealth. Today is Family and Finance Day, right? And we're talking about family financial freedom. That's what we're going to be talking about. I am Light. That's awesome. That's great. That's great. Click on the follow button. Welcome in, Light. Awesome. Adam, let's keep tapping out the live. Jeremiah, welcome in. Omo, welcome in. Welcome in. Let's keep tapping out the live. As soon as we get to the 5,000 mark on the TikTok side, we will get the class started. Awesome. Awesome. Let's keep tapping. Let's also share the live. Press my forehead on the screen. You don't know how to share. You see your contacts right there. Invite each and every one of them, okay? We're going to be talking about, when we say family and financial freedom, family financial freedom, it's every member of the family. We're going to be talking about if you have teenagers that can you having a custodial account for your teenager, having them have start their Roth IRA, having them become authorized user on the credit card. What does that mean? How does that help them? Getting scholarship, choosing the right career, because there has to be a good return on investment or whatever they're doing, right? Family meetings, family relationships, those are things we're going to be talking about. Estate and legacy planning, we'll be touching that as well. Building family credit wisely. Either you like it or not, right? You say, oh, you know what? For those that are married, my spouse is doing his thing, I am doing my thing. Guess what? That could impact you directly or indirectly, because it could actually slow down the family finances. Because you know that if you want to buy a property, everybody is entitled to, I think you can buy up to 10 houses. As a family, that means you can buy 20 properties. All right. So that's it. That's how you utilize that unit to actually grow wealth. So things like that. Also, multiple streams of income. One person might be the one leaning forward on the career, and while the other person is building business. That's another thing. We're going to be talking about that. Last week, we talked about how to invest as a family, but we're going to start with that today. How to invest as a family, ETF, index fund, real estate, businesses. We'll be talking about that. What are the 4 accounts you should have for your future and for your now? For your future in terms of retirement, 401k, and 3 others that you should have. We're going to be talking about that. And later, if we still have time, we'll talk about the 4 account system that you need to have that is going to get you financially free as a family. And of course, we're going to be telling you about how to teach your children. So should we be giving money your kids today when they do house chores? Should we give them money? Should we reward them for such? That's what we'll be talking about today. So welcome in. Let's keep tapping out the light. As soon as we get to 5,000 taps, we will get the class started. Welcome in each and every one of us. If you want to get it started, because we're starting with ETF, real estate. We're going to be talking about index fund, real estate. We're starting with that. If you want us to start with that, we need to get to 5,000 taps. If you are new here, drop 1 in the comment or just say, I am new. Drop 1 in the comment or just say I am new, right? The things that you see us, stop saving, okay? Stop saving. What do we mean by that? It simply means that if you are saving your money, you're not building wealth. If you leave your money in the bank account, you're not building wealth. Why? Inflation is taking, if you're in the United States, inflation is at 4.2%. 4.2%, guys. You know what that means? It simply means that your money is valued less of 4.2. So it means that your $100 is $95.80. Your $100 is nothing, is no more than $95.80. That's what it means. Well, how do I know? That's because I'm an economist, I'm a chartered accountant, and it's a public data. Miriam, welcome in. Yeah, it's a public data. So when you leave your money and you think it's not happening. So let's tap out the live. As soon as we get to 5,000 tap, we'll get the class started. Indicate where you are connecting from. If you're new here, drop 1 in the comment section so that we can welcome you. If your goal is to get to this $1 million status, that's what we teach here. How do we go about it? There's some things that you see right here. Those are part of the strategy, because we use the millionaire's wealth blueprint. Actually, the multi-millionaire wealth blueprint, that's what we use. But we are using it on the family today. Why do we have families like Rockefeller? Many years, they still remain multi-millionaires, if not billionaires, right? Rockefeller family, all those kind of things are things that we're going to be talking. Taxes, how can you use taxes? Zadi, how are you doing? Welcome in, girl. No, you're not late. We just started. You're not start. We just started. You're just 9 minutes. 9 minutes. He said, "Oh my God, welcome in. How are you?" So as soon as we get to 5,000 taps, we get the class started. Yes, we get a class started as soon as we get to 5,000 taps. And depend at the spirit leads, we might also have the panel where we'll be able to ask questions as well, right? So if you want to be a part of that, get your daily at me, tap out the live. Maybe we'll take the first three or something to come on the panel, right? So welcome in. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's share out the live. Tap out the live to 5,000 taps so that we can get today started. We have a lot of things to cover, and I want to do just no more than 2 hours so that I can have family time. Thank you so much for tapping out the live. Welcome in. If you're new here, drop one in the comments. I am new, so that we can welcome you as a millionaire that you are. Welcoming each and everyone, and happy Sunday to you all. Call Annie. Alosu, welcome in. Leo, welcome in. How are you doing? Where are you connecting from? Drop it in the comment. We already have, what was country number 55? Country number 55 just dropped itself earlier. Country number 55. Yeah, what country are you connecting from? Indicated I am in Texas, in the United States. I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I have my doctorate and my master's in that. And of course, I'm also a chartered accountant and an economist. And my day job is vice president of technology, also a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system. But then how come I'm able to teach this? That's because I'm a serial investor. Before now, I would take my money, I would put it in savings account. And that I was not building wealth until Miami. Oh, awesome. I think you mentioned that. So if you make sure you click on the plus sign, you see, so that you can connect, so we can welcome you properly to the latest millionaire in town. We actually have a red carpet to get you welcomed as a millionaire, because it is not easy to get to that millionaire status. As a matter of fact, this is what we call it, the millionaire $1 million league. That's this community, MDL, $1 million league. That's what it means. It simply means that people that aspire to become a millionaire, you might be the trailblazer. Maybe there's never been one in your family, but you want to become one. Okay. BOS, welcome to the family. Latest millionaire in town. It can make it doubtful to give you credibility. What does that mean, Papa? What is being doubtful? What is being doubtful? Okay. Put it in. What do you mean by it's being doubtful? State it there, okay? Yeah, and I say it again. $1 million status, okay? If that's what you've been doubtful about. So let's address the elephant in the room. Because guess what? A lot of people always never believe that is possible. But whenever you think that it's not possible, I always say that is a mindset thing, right? Because you feel because you cannot become a millionaire, it is not possible. Just make sure you spell correctly. I know what you're saying, financial. Trust me, financial is actually correct here. It's because of the numbers of character, okay? It's a character limit, okay? All right? But always focus on the message, not the messenger, all right? Because then that's how you get results. Okay, Papa? Click on the follow button. Let me know where you're connecting from. So good to have you. All right? So good to have you. All right. And as a matter of fact, if you're just meeting me, welcome in. I'm Dr. Lina. I have my doctorate degree in strategic business and information management system. I'm an executive, a vice president of technology. I'm a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system, starting that in fall. But as a matter of fact, all with that, I was just saving my money and I still did not build wealth until I stopped doing what I started investing, stopped saving and I started investing. And that's when I got to the status and I gained financial freedom. How do you do that? ETF, right? Real estate, businesses, that's what you use to build wealth. But today we're going to be talking about family and financial freedom. Family as a whole, because if you do it as a unit, the journey is actually quicker. I'm a serial investor. I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. And if this is the $1 million league, right? This is the community of millionaires, right? And I think we had our latest millionaire in the house earlier. Our latest millionaire, BOS, the latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Isabel as well, our latest millionaire on the red carpet. Welcome in. And if you're doubting yourself, you think that, oh, you know what, I cannot be a millionaire. It's almost like a feat that cannot be reached. Somebody just crossed $500,000 earlier this week. have $1 million. How do you do it? Of course, this is not get rich quick. Nkechi, thank you so much on eating our millionaire avatar. Somebody just crossed that a week, just last week. How? Following the principles and strategies. But by the way, this is not get rich quick scheme. Let me put it out there. This is not get rich quick scheme. This is not about hypes. As a matter of fact, check on the person that they call Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, Google him and see what that is. Once you understand what that is, hey, Water Lily, thank you so much for also doing that. Once we understand who that is, you will understand the way we invest. We are long-term investor. Thank you so much. We are moderate risk investor. Thank you so much. Maxwell, welcome in. How are you doing? Welcome in. Yeah. We are long-term investors. We follow compound interest. Okay, we are not get rich quick scheme. This is not risky play, and we are serious-minded people, right? Execution is key, right? So when you're coming, for those that are new, immediately get your pen and paper on the side. This is a class that typically people pay thousands of dollars to actually be able to actually get into it. That's even when they get into that program. However, we're doing a financial freedom drive this July to help as many people to gain financial freedom, give them the basic knowledge. Because guess what? What were you taught in school? What were you taught? The line that we were told: go to school, work hard, get a good job, and what? Life will be beautiful. But how come you did all of that and you're still living paycheck to paycheck? Exactly. That's because the platform or the way to actually build wealth is totally different. When you get that income is the first layer of building wealth. Income, or you got an inheritance, or you won a jackpot, it starts with something, income, right? Whatever. Then wealth is something that is built on top of that, which we were not taught. Okay, so if you want to learn that, click on the follow button. If you are new here, click on that plus sign, tap out the live. But as of tonight, we're talking about family and finance, the entire family financial freedom. Okay, family. So it's going to touch every member of the family. That's what we only do this on Sundays. Every other day we're just talking about every other thing. But today on Sunday night we talk about touch every member of the family. So we're talking about children. We're going to talk about how every member, brother, sister, all of that, all those kind of things. So if you're new here, click on the follow button. Talk again upon all first class. So boy. I'm not sure what you mean. All right. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. So welcome in. If you're new here, drop one in the comment section. In the past 8 days, we are already at 54 countries. Lily, welcome in. Welcome in. And as a matter of fact, if you've been sitting there for more than 2 minutes, the thing about it, let's keep tapping out the light. We'll start as soon as we get to 5,000 taps. As soon as we get to 5,000 taps. If you want to hear about, you don't know how to invest, you're thinking of ETF, financial freedom, real estate, businesses, or what do we mean by stop saving, right? And you are a family, right? Becoming a millionaire, right? Or gaining financial freedom. Yours might be like, I want to just end paycheck to paycheck. Make sure you click on that follow button. If you've been sitting there for more than 2 minutes, we want to welcome you as a millionaire that you are. What do we mean by that? People that want to get to that $1 million status. People that want to aspire to become a millionaire. Or you're already a millionaire, you want to scale, right? Or you might just be the trailblazer that is changing it in your family. It takes one person in the family to say, you know what? I'm done, okay? Happy bro, be here. I'm not sure what that is. Shay, welcome to the family. Welcome in. If you're new here, drop the country where you're connecting from. I am in Texas in United States. Shay Gouts, welcome in. Welcome in. And that's the latest millionaire in town. I mean, upon first class, but life is not easy how I plan. I understand, yes. That's why you need to, it's always with the first class, you need to also look at what other opportunities that is available to you. That's part of the things that we teach. I moved from finance, corporate finance, increased my income by 30,000 by just taking a certification. You might look into taking certification. If your first class is not doing it, think about taking a certification. My certification was less than $500 and I increased my income by $30,000. You are watching from Dubai. Yes, we already have Dubai. Dubai was country number 7 or so. A lot of us here. Welcome in. Let's keep tapping out the life. Let's tap out the live. As soon as we get a 5,000 taps, we get the class started. 5,000 taps. Right now we at 1,400, and this is already 20 minutes in, right? So the earlier we get it done, the better. Everybody knows the rule. We never start until we get a 5,000 taps. And Maxwell is from Ghana. Ghana was number 3 or number 2. Awesome. Welcome from Ghana. So make sure you click on that. If you are new here, drop 1 in the comments. Drop 1 and also indicate where you are connecting from. Drop 1. Let's welcome you properly. We also want to make sure that we don't have BOTs here. We want to make sure that you're humans, right? 2 minutes, right? 2 minutes. Time is money. What a name. Welcome in the latest millionaire in town. And AG Day, Mary, welcome in. Latest millionaire in the town. Welcome in. We have my millionaires filling up the red carpet tonight. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's keep tapping out the live. Get your pen and paper. So if you're new here, we expect get your pen and paper, okay? Because you would learn some new things like LLC, living trust. We're going to be talking about, things about, how to build credit wisely as a family. Lydia from Maryland, welcome in. Awesome. We're going to be talking about estate and legacy planning, because you don't want to make all this million and you don't protect it. So we're going to be talking about that, because some people never knew that. I'm not saying we're not dying, okay? We're going to be alive, all right? However, if that happens, right? And this could be for your parents. With the money you have in the bank, I hope you know that your family cannot access it if you don't have a beneficiary, right? But what is even better than that is what we're going to talk about, because even if you have a beneficiary, what could happen is that they might not be able to access it until it goes through probate, and that is very expensive. So those are things that we're going to be talking about tonight. How to set up your kids as well. We're going to talk about that. ETF, real estate, we touch that. So let's keep tapping out the live. If you'll be sitting here for more than a minute, so it's 5 things that we do here. If you'll be sitting here for more than a minute or 2, all right, wait a minute or 2. If this looks at what you are looking for, financial freedom, businesses, real estate, the amazing grace, how are you, right? Real estate, ETF, investing, becoming that millionaire, click on the follow button immediately. Number 2 is get your pen and paper ready. 3, you're going to be tapping out the live, non-stop tapping out the live, because we never start the class until we get to 5,000 taps. We will not start the class. Even if it takes us 1 hour, we'll be here until we get to 5,000 taps. We never start the class. That's it. The other thing is that share out the live. You don't know how to tap, just tap the screen on the screen. Tap the screen, okay? That's it. It costs you nothing, just your fingers, okay? This is on the TikTok side. The other thing is that you share out, because you want to also show, when you tap out, it shows that you love this life. The third thing is that you share the live. You press my forehead on the screen. You would see your contact. You invite each and every one of them. That your family member, your brother, your sister, your kids, invite them over. That's number 3. Number 4 is get your daily at me. That costs you 1 penny, but you get 30 points back. What's the other thing? Look at the gift gallery. If you can give, that would be absolutely great. And lastly, and very, very important, is a 2-way thing. I'll ask question once the teaching starts. I'll ask question, you need to respond, right? I will ask, because otherwise you would see me do much of this advert if we stop, because that's the only language the algorithm understands. So right now we are still at 2,400 taps, and we're going to 5,000 taps. How do you open the ETF? Right, we're going to be talking about that later, right? We're going to be talking about that later. Welcome in. Are you late? No, Josh, we are waiting on us to tap you to 5,000 taps, and also get the, what's it called? Get to the daily at me. Tap out the live, share out the live. That's where we are on Purport, the latest millionaire in the family. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you're new here, click on the follow button, indicate where you're connecting from. I am in Texas in United States, and if you're just meeting me, welcome to the community of millionaires. And we don't say it by words, we achieve it, right? Out of there's power of life and death in the tongue. That's one. However, we also execute, okay? We execute, and I'm going to be showing you some of the strategies. Let's say, can you see? These are some of the strategies we talked about yesterday. All right. Some people got free $400 already yesterday. Some got $300 free, right? Through some of these strategies, right? But then how to invest, how to grow your money. Those are things that we talk about. Rule of 72. How can you double your money, right? Those are things that we talk about. But this is not get rich quick skin. This is not hypes, right? Divine Family. Also, just click on that follow button. Being the latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Any other person still seated? We're waiting on everyone to, we're still waiting on 5,000 taps. It's getting interesting tonight. Eleanor and Don, the latest millionaire in town. Latest millionaire in town on the red carpet. Welcome to the $1,000,000 League. Awesome, awesome. Welcome, welcome in. Get your if you can. I texted you, but you haven't replied, madam. Okay, yes. We'll see. The box is full, so I will be checking it, or the team will be checking it. Sorry about that. The box is super full, so maybe you can send another message again so that I can be on top of a box, because make it after the light so that it's right there on top of the box. But we're going to get into it. Over 300 people. We had over 300 followers yesterday alone. Over 300 followers yesterday. So trying to get into each of those email messages, it takes time, okay? But after the live, not before the live, after, please send another message so that I can be right on top of that. Otherwise, if it's a question that you want to ask right now, you can ask it and I can be able to answer you, okay? If it's something that is generic, that you just, it's a one line, I can actually talk about it. And now we're at 3,000 tap. Well done, guys. Let's keep doing that. We're talking about ETF, real estate businesses. As a matter of fact, today is family and finance night. This is today, okay? Family and finance. Get your daily at me. If you have not done that, you'll be sitting 2 minutes, and this is taking a long time to get to 5,000 taps today. I must really say, I know it's Sunday, we are all tired, but we shouldn't be tired, because we typically would do 5,000 in 5 minutes, but today it's taking us almost 30 minutes. What's going on? Where's everyone? Okay, where's everyone? Let's get, because the class is not going to start. And you know the reason. Inkechi, Zadi, Maxwell, Josh, you guys know the reason. Pronell, Josephine, Prince, you know the reason why we don't start. Because once we start, people will start trooping in. And what's going to happen? Then they will say, oh, Dr. Lina, can you repeat that? I do not understand this. And we never leave any soldier behind. We never leave any millionaire behind. So we want to make sure that at least we have everybody here, most people here, and then we can get the class started. Otherwise, we'll keep repeating ourselves multiple times, which is not fair to people like Nkechi, who were the number one person in this live today. Yeah, Zadi, Nkechi beat you today. Awesome. Welcome in. Let's get it to 5. If all of us start tapping out, I tell you, in 1 minute we'll be there. We're all tapping it out. In 1 minute we'll be there. Brandon Ego, how are you? Right. If we tap it in 1 minute, we'll be there. We'll get to 50 shares and we'll get to 5,000 taps. Right. In 1 minute, we all will be there and we can get going. Do we want to do panel today, or do you want me to teach? Do you want us to do panel today? I'm shocked myself. Exactly. I know. I think it's the alarm. It's the alarm, or you turn on the notification bell so you were notified the minute I was here. Right. Can you see now we're at 4,000, almost there. If you're new here, welcome in. Drop one. I'm new. We're going to be starting. I should teach. Okay. All right. Okay. I will teach about family and finance. Maybe we need to start having a poll. When you want me to teach, let me know, because there are times on Sundays, there's an opportunity for us to have a panel, right? But if you want me to teach, I would also teach, or I can do that, right, as well on that Sunday. But it's going to be very focused on financial freedom for every member of the family, right? So we'll continue with what we started last week. Then we'll start from where we stopped. Then I will go back after, so that for the people that missed last week. You're new here, Leon, how are you? Welcome in. If you're new here, drop one. Also indicate where you're connecting from. I'm new, drop one. We are already on country number 54 in 8 days. Isn't that amazing? Country number 54. Dwayne is also, wow, Dwayne. All right, that's wow. Yeah, country number 54. Indicate the country where you're connecting from. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome. I'm new here. Drop one in the comment. We are almost at 5,000, guys. 5,000. We are almost there. And yeah, don't forget to share as well. Repost is also very good, especially if you have large following. Repost Jamaica. All right. Jamaica was country number 50 or 51, thereabout. Jamaica. How is Jamaica today? Is Jamaica. You're welcome. Make sure you click on the plus sign, click on that follow button so that we can welcome you as a millionaire. As a matter of fact, don't, if you be sitting there for a minute or two, click on that plus sign and let us welcome you properly. Stop sitting on the window. Come in as the millionaire that you are. The other thing, Kweku just also said, you know what? I'm no longer sitting outside. I'm a millionaire. Let me welcome him. Welcome in, Kweku, latest millionaire in town. The other thing, guys, this is my only account. Wow, we got to 5,000. I told you in 1 minute. You guys did it. So let's power share as well. Press my forehead. Let's get that to 5,000 to 50. We are 23 right now. Power share and also repost. Get your daily at me if you have not done that. Get your pen and paper and be ready to engage. Two-way. I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to respond. Thank you all. Let's go get to do that. If you can give to gallery, that would be great. So what was I going to say? Yes, guys, please note that I only have this account. As we are here, that some people are ready to come and let, some people are also ready to come and scam people. So this is a disclaimer. This is my only account, Money Talk with Dr. Lina. They have my pictures because, like I said, we have had 54 countries in 8 days. So as we are growing exponentially, these people are also growing. The weeds and the miscreants are also growing. So it's unfortunate, but guess what? You are, you know now. So if you haven't clicked on the plus sign, so that I will never come follow you. Okay, I will never ask you. I don't have Telegram group. I don't have WhatsApp group. I will never tell you send money via Zelle. The only time where you make payment, you buy through the portal and you will pay through Stripe. Through a solid protected payment gateway. That's the only way we accept payment. So be careful if anybody comes into your box or whatever. And as a matter of fact, to protect you for that, click on the plus sign right now. If you have not done that, click on the follow button right now so you know that you're following the right person. Also, click on it right now. We will welcome you properly and we'll get the class started. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's share out the live. Let's get it started. All right, welcome to the family. And if you see any of those things, report it immediately and block them. If you like, you can even tell them you are a scam. Then report them and block them, okay? Also, you'll be sitting there and make sure that you're not BOTs, all right? We want to make sure you're not BOTs, so make sure you click on that follow button if you have not done that. I read the latest millionaire in town. So, our people said, we're doing family and finance. Can you open an account for someone to use from Africa? No, I can never open an account for anybody, okay? You can actually open your account in Africa, Brandon. You can open your account in Africa if you want to buy in the US, okay? You can buy in the US still with your account in Africa. You don't need anybody in the US. And on no condition should you give your money to anybody to invest on your behalf. They're scamming people. Right, invest by yourself. I will never ask you to send me money. Right, if you have a one-on-one session with me, I will do it for you. I'll set you up. I'll do all of that. You are even going to be the one to do it, but I'll be telling you, I do not even want to know your password. I don't want to see anything and all of that. Those are the kind of precautions, right? You remember, I'm a vice president of technology. So I'm a professor AI cybersecurity, deep learning. All right. So that already tells you information management system. So I know the risk, right? There's so many cyber risks that is out there that I'm trying to protect as many people from. Okay, so be careful out there. One of my clients will just camp of $45,000. Okay, awesome. Can you help me with TikTok shop? I'm not. All right, I'm not a social media. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm not a social media whatever. Okay, all right. I'm blessed. Amen. And you too. So make sure you click on that follow. I don't do TikTok. I don't know how to. Yeah. Okay. Right. Just go online and check. Okay. Or you go into all of those lives there. They teach things like that. That's what I recommend. All right. Thank you so much. Awesome. So let's get it started. We're talking about the financial freedom. So Every other day of the week, we're talking about everybody, right? You as an individual gaining your financial freedom. So you might be wondering, what is different from today? What do we mean by family and finance? It's right. The difference between today, no, how are you, girl? How are you? Happy Sunday. Welcoming everyone, right? So, Quante, the latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you're yeah, and you're wondering what a millionaire is, what do we mean? This is the $1 million league. Can you see Josh right there? Hey Josh, right? Can you see Josh right there? MDL. MDL is $1 million league, the community of millionaires. It simply means I aspire to be a millionaire, or I am already a millionaire. My goal is to become a millionaire. Everything, or yours might be financial freedom. Yours might be, you know what, I just want to end this paycheck to paycheck cycle. Yours might be, I want to retire early. Whatever the goal is, when it comes to that, that's what we teach here. As a matter of fact, we put 10 years behind it so that it is smack, right? It is very clear. You have a clear target. It is achievable, and we're going to be telling you the steps and the processes. We teach that from Monday through Saturday, okay? Because we're doing a financial freedom drive, okay? Because we're trying to reduce poverty. When people gain financial freedom, what's going to happen? There's going to be reduction in poverty, and when there's reduction in poverty, crime also goes down. So we're trying to reduce crime in our own little way through all this reach. That's what we're doing. However, today, Sunday, what we do is family and finance. So we are touching the family. So normally we'll not talk about the kids. But guess what? The kids also, there are ways you can set up your kids for financial freedom, right? There's ways that you can already set generational wealth for your children and all of that. But not just children alone, for every member of the family. Because how can you do this? Do things like joint account, all those things. That's what we talk about. Then how do you build legacy? Those are things we're going to be talking about. Of course, we're going to also talk about things like invest as a family. So that's the things that we talk about here on Sundays. And we only do it's just Sunday special. All right. So last week we had 10, how to set every member of the family up for financial freedom. And I think I do have my latest millionaire in town, Kate D and Felgoner. They just walk on the red carpet, and we must recognize every millionaire in the house. And Henry said, no, I am also one. Latest millionaire, Henry, welcome in. There's power of life and death in the tongue, but we also execute. So get your pen and paper ready. So how to set every member of the family, and let's keep tapping out the live. Let's share out the live. Tap out the light, share out the light, get your daily at me, do all of those things that we need to do so that I don't keep stopping. If you can fill the gift gallery, that'll be great. Repost is nice, right? Engage, because I'll be asking questions at some point. How to set every member of a family up for financial freedom, okay? And Josh brushed me up to this because we were supposed to do a panel, but Josh said, teach. All right. And basically the 10 money systems every family should have. The 10 money system every family should have. So we talked about 4 of them. We ended up at 5 last week, but I'm going to start at 5. We ended up with invest as a family. Okay? Invest as a family. And I'm going to start from there today, and then we'll go all the way to 10. And then for the people that missed last week, I will go back on 1 through 4. Is that okay? Put yes in the comments if that is okay. That sounds like a plan. Yeah. We'll come back. Okay, Nkechi? Yeah, sounds like a plan. Yeah. Thank you. Awesome. And let's keep tapping out the life. Otherwise, yeah. And if you're new here, click on the follow button. You've seated here for 2 minutes. We want to make sure that you know BOTs. Also, so we're starting from number 5, and it's invest as a family. Whenever we say invest as a family, here within this community, we follow the multi-millionaire wealth blueprint. BKLC, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. I would, whenever, that's the one thing that will interrupt me. I see my millionaire walk on that carpet, I would stop. Okay, guys, bear with me. It's not easy to become a millionaire, right? Or to aspire to be one. A lot of people don't want to be. Awesome. So invest as a family. At this community, when we say $1 million league, right? When you see that MDL, it simply means that people that want to get to that $1 million status in 10 years or less, hey, Ari, and he just got the $1 million league. Awesome, right? So it means that people that want to get to that $1 million status in 10 years or less, basically 10 years or less. There's a reason why I did not say 5 years. Some people can even do it in 7 years, in 6 years, right? We use, what are the main things that we use? How do we achieve this? And some people already said, lies, how is that possible? And all of that. Just ask me how, right? We use the multi-millionaire wealth blueprint, which is, where does the multi-millionaire put their money? They put their money, and you can Google it at any time. They put their money in, number one, cash and cash equivalent. And that cash and cash equivalent simply means they simply put it for emergency fund. And we've talked about that. We've talked about that multiple times. Hey, Josh. Hey, right. We've talked about that multiple times. So I'm not going to go back today. I want to make sure that we cover the basic topics, right? I'm not going to really go in depth into any topics that we'll talk about during the week. All right. So that we can touch about things that we never talk during the week. So the multi-millionaire wealth blueprint, they have, number one is cash and cash equivalent. What is cash and cash equivalent? Cash, basically. All right. So this is the only time, even though I tell you save it, this is the only time you put money in save it. And what sort of money? Your emergency fund. Reason, we need that money to be liquid, but we has to be accessible at any point in time. When there's an emergency, you can access it, because emergency doesn't announce itself. It just comes, right? Kingship, latest millionaire in town, welcoming on the red carpet. It simply means, and we're not tapping out the life, guys. You don't want us, let the chat be chatting. Otherwise, guys, let the chat be chatting. We have a lot to cover, and I only have about 1 hour, 1.5 hours today. Yeah, today is Saturday. We need a Sunday, and I need to cut my baby's cake. Right, she has an ice cream cake in the freezer, so we need to do it. Okay, so let us not interrupt the class. Let's do what we're supposed to do. All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Let's keep doing that. All right, do your own part, I do my own part. Okay, sounds like a plan. Love you guys. Yeah. So emergency fund is basically for emergency, and that's the only cash and cash equivalent, because you need it liquid. Okay, liquidity. Somebody puts it in the comment section. Liquidity. It has to be liquid, right? Because in a case of emergency, Faustina, welcome in. Naina, welcome in. In case of emergency, you can actually access it. However, remember, every dollar must have a job. Liquidity. Thank you so much, Ari. The liquidity, every dollar has a job, must have a job. Okay, what does that simply mean? Thank you so much. Every dollar must have a job. Okay, so it means that it has to be liquid, but it still needs to be growing. Right? It still needs to be growing. So we don't put it in a regular traditional savings account, because the multimillionaire doesn't put it there. They put it in an high yield savings account. If you want to know about high yield savings account, come back during the week. Yeah, but just simply check, or if you cannot wait, just check IU savings account, and you'll see it. Your regular bank account will give you about 3% and above. That's what it gives you. All right. We talked about that a lot yesterday. Some people would, if I started, some people would be so upset with me. So I'm not ready to do that right now. All right. So that's emergency fund. Emergency fund is 3 months to 6 months living expenses. So calculate your 3 to 6 months, right? Calculate 3 to 6 months living expenses. By the way, living expenses is not shoes. And it's not that purse, okay? It's not for clothes. Living expenses is not for burial expenses. No, they're two different things. Living expenses are your basic needs of life, and it's 4 things, so that you don't mix it up. 4 things: your housing, so mortgage and rent, transportation, feeding, and of course utilities. 4 things. So calculate that for 3 to 6 months, and we stop tapping out the life. I don't know what's going on. We are 3 to 6 months. That's what you calculate, and you put it in that account. It is not for investment. It is not as a backup. It's not for your retirement. It's not for anything except for emergency. So if emergency doesn't happen, you never touch it. So that's number one. Mr. Osei just said, latest millionaire on the carpet. Awesome. Well, if you're new here, make sure you click on that follow button. 2 minutes is enough. Otherwise, it's okay for you to also scroll, because here we talk about things that are going to be the life changing, okay? But if it's something that you're looking for, that's why we have it on the board, right? Make sure you click on that follow button. Let's welcome you here. We want to make sure that there are no BOTs there, and we want to welcome you as the millionaire that you are. It's so good to have each and every one of you here today. Awesome. So emergency fund is the first one, okay? Emergency fund, that's the only thing that goes into cash and cash equivalent, and it goes into an IE savings account. AB Lamy, welcome here. Thank you so much for the daily at me. Click on the plus. You don't know how to click on the follow button. You see the plus sign beside your name. That's it. Click on that, and you will be a part of the millionaires in the house. Welcome in, every one of us. Awesome. Thank you so much for the daily at me. You guys are doing amazing. Vero just say, yeah, I'm a millionaire. I'm not sitting on the fence. Welcome in, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Welcome in. Awesome. So, what was I saying? So, emergency fund is the first thing. As a family, you need to have an emergency fund. Okay, as a family, because remember, we're talking about family financial freedom today. So as a family, you need to have that. A lot of people make this mistake, and that's why, what is the emergency for? Emergency fund for, in the case of an emergency, there's a job loss, there's health issues, there's a major car repair, or any major things that is unexpected, is outside of your living expenses, right? That is beyond, outside of it, right? In the case of a job loss, is an unusual event, right? That is what it is for. It is not your regular bill, but it's going to take care of your family. Let's say there's a job loss, your family will be okay for another 5 months, another 6 months, right? Another 6 months. Binance is an investment account. IO savings, this is on the savings side, okay? Brandon, this is on the savings side, okay? This is on your bank side, not on the brokerage side. If you want to know more, we'll talk about that during the week, okay? All right. Now, that's the first account you need to have. That's the first one that you need to have as a family, okay? Your high yield savings account, which is your emergency fund. God and best, so welcome in. Welcome in. All right. Awesome. The other account that you guys need to have as a family, which is invest as a family. The second thing, Miss Me, welcome to the family. And God of Mercy said, you know what? The latest millionaire, I am joining Miss Me to on that red carpet to become latest millionaire in town. Welcome to the $1 Million League. Welcome in, everyone. If you've been sitting here, make sure you click on that plus sign. You don't want to miss this. This is life-changing. Seriously, it is life-changing. Awesome. And you're just meeting me. Let me just quick do this before. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I'm a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information system. I'm a chartered accountant and economist, and also a vice president of technology. And I'm teaching this just so we can reduce poverty and reduce crime. We're doing a financial freedom drive this July to help as many people, because of course, all that we're teaching was not taught it's not part of the school curriculum. But guess what? This is how you build wealth. You were taught to get income, right? But that income, how is that happening? You're working from age 20 to 65. Where's the life? Okay. So you want to end the paycheck to paycheck cycle. You want to build wealth the right way. Income is the beginning, right? Every other thing follows. Okay. Awesome. And we have Imara, Lebron, and Raymond, the latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. You might be saying that, oh, what's this millionaire thing? Rubbish. It's not possible. Well, why don't you just satisfy your curiosity so that you can prove me wrong? Somebody just crossed $500,000 just last week. This is not get rich quick scheme. This is not hypes. This is compound interest. Check Warren Buffett. High invest. That's what we do. Okay. We are moderate investor. We are not high risk. All right. So let's continue. Invest as a family. Emergency fund number one. Two is the other thing that we as a community, that's what we do here. Following the millionaires wealth blueprint. Number one is cash and cash equivalent, which is the emergency fund. Number two is something called we instead of us, because we are not high risk investors, instead of us investing in individual stocks, we manage our risk, right? By diversifying our portfolio. So instead of us buying individual stock, we buy a whole basket of stock. What does this mean? Exchange traded funds, ETF. And the chart is not charting, guys. I don't know what's happening. The chart is not, I know we are locked in, right? But the chart is not charting. So ETF, thank you so much. The chat is not chatting. Okay, let's keep tapping out the live, share out the live, on non-stop, guys. Welcome the latest millionaire in town. Yeah, very locked in, exactly. I know we are locked in, but you need to tap out the live. Otherwise, I will not be locking in, because that's it. When you tap out the live, that's what tells the algorithm that this is a good live. When you share out the live, that's what shows that you know what you're showing love. And with the more people, Kabla, thank you so much for the roses. If you'll be sitting here for 2 minutes, yeah, let's welcome you. Click on that plus sign, okay? Click on the plus sign. Click on that plus sign and join the League of Millionaires. I don't want to, I want us to go so quick today. So quick today. Today, my daughter has to cut her birthday cake and I don't have much time, but we have a lot of things to cover. So let's do our own part so I don't need to stop. So 2 minutes, if you are sitting here, click on the follow button. We want to welcome you well, appropriately. Also note that we have scammers trying to come after people. So if you make sure you click on the follow button now, so you know you're following the right person. User Moham, welcome the latest millionaire in the family. So yeah, because I would never reach out to you. I would never. Yeah, thank you so much. It was last week. It was last week already. So, but we're just having the cake cut today. So yeah, awesome. So let's keep doing that. Click on the follow button if you're not done so. All right. Index fund, ETF, a whole basket of stuff. Remember, cash and cash equivalent. Secondly, Alan, welcome to the family. Cash and cash equivalent. So I'm not going to welcome my millionaires for a little bit, okay? All right. So I will come back to you, okay? So that I can go really fast. But let's keep tapping out the live. All right. ETF, right? Exchange traded fund, a whole basket of stock. Hi, solo broker. A whole basket of stock, okay? A whole basket of stock instead of individual stocks. That's what that is, a whole basket of stocks. So what does this help you to do? Diversification. You minimize risk. So think about it. And this is just for, we teach this during the week. So if you want to learn more about ETF in depth, we do a 2 hours class every single, during the week. So you want to come back again, but for the purpose of quickly. So this is when somebody invests in a stock, this is individual stock. When you invest in ETF, this is a basket of stocks, okay? If this is a basket of stock, multiple, right? This is a whole, you can see there are different things in there, right? There are different things in there. Okay, I have my basket here. This is a basket of stocks, multiples of this inside here, right? So what is this one? This could be Apple. This could be Amazon. This could be Coca-Cola. If you invest in any of this company, something might happen and the stock goes down. What's going to happen? You lose your money as a family. You lose your family money. That's the way I lost 99,000, which was family's money 6 years ago. I lost it, but that's when I learned that let me invest more smartly. It doesn't make sense that I'm losing family's money, okay? It doesn't make sense, right? And these, I started investing with ETF because the chances of you losing your money or getting return on your money or your money just not growing here is a 33% chance. A 33% chance that it's going to grow, a 33% chance that it's going to remain the same, a 33% chance that it goes down. So your risk is here. That's your risk with this one. However, if you put it here, if you change it and you put it here, what's going to happen? Your risk reduces because now you have multiple companies inside this basket. Multiple companies. And because you have multiple companies inside this basket, your risk properly, let's say 500 companies, like an S&P 500, top 500 company in the United States. Just imagine if you have that, your risk automatically drops because you have now diversified. You're sharing your risk. Exactly. Now you're sharing your risk among several companies. It drops from 33% to about maybe 5% to 2% to 1%, depending on the number of share stocks that is in that basket. So that is how you diversify your risk. At the end of the day, your return might not be 50%, 100% a year, but you know that it's impossible for you to lose your money significantly. So ETF is one of the strategies. So whenever we talk about $1 million league, ETF is one out of at least 10 to 15 strategies that we have or that we teach right here in this community, okay? That we teach right here in this community. So as a family, especially if it's a family money, it's my children's education fund. It's the money that I'm saving for my children, or it's the money that I'm saving. I mean, you have insurance for that. But if it's the money that we are saving to buy our family home, our first home, right? You want to make sure that you manage that risk, right? You can risk the money that you want to play with, I mean, you can risk the money that you want to play with. That's you. But you cannot risk the money that is going to put your family to bankruptcy. So think about it. If we lose this money, this is the last money that we have. If we lose it, we're done. Okay? We're done. So that's why you invest that way. Always think about it that way. Whenever you want to, always think about, oh, you know what? If I want to put this money, if I put this money here, what if this is my last money? Would I put it here? When you think about that way, you would not be a speculator. You would not be a gambler in the stock market, but you definitely, what are you going to be? You're going to be an investor, okay? Because there are three types of people in the stock market. There's the gambler, there's the speculator, and there's the investor, okay? Gambler, speculator, and investor. All right. So, I'm not mommy. We are, oh, sorry. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. That's okay. Lady J, welcome in. All right. Somebody's making me feel old. All right, Maxwell. That's fine. That's all right. That's all right. All right. It's okay. All right. So we always teach this. Remember, it's the whole of this month. So if you miss one, you just make sure you catch up. So that is ETF, right? It's a way that you invest smartly in the stock market, and that's how you actually put money. That's how you put money away for your family. And Steph and Lady J, welcome, the latest millionaire in town. Welcome on the red carpet. And Bonnie says, yes, I'm following. Absolutely, I am joining the crew of millionaires. Welcome in. So whenever you say that millionaire status, and some people were like, they was like, oh, she was one of the scammers and doing all those things. Well, well, that's that person's loss, because you're about to learn. You just lost the strategies that that will change your life. Exactly. That's what we do here, changing of life. So always be patient in places, right? Because I am too smart at times. You are your too smart idea at times. You lose opportunities that can be life changing. Okay. All right. So the other thing is index fund and ETF. It's almost like potato, right? Almost the same thing, because it tracks the index. So the only thing is that ETF is almost like it's traded like stock on the app, on certain apps like Fidelity, right? Oh, you're loving it. Awesome. Welcome in. Yeah, welcome in. And make sure you get your daily at me if you have not gotten your daily at me. I'm a trader. Oh, great. Yeah, we don't trade here. We are investors, okay? We're investors. Hopefully, we can bring you to this side and you see the two, right? I traded and I lost money, okay? Yeah, but I'm not just happy because, oh, it's okay. You'll be back. It's all right. It's okay. You'll be back. Awesome. So index funds and ETF, they're almost the same thing. Like I said, potato. The ETF is traded like stock. So think about ETF. Most of the time, you see it as it's ETF or like a platform like Fidelity. It would say stock or ETF. So it's almost like stocks. So you trade it like stocks. The only difference is between it and stock is you're buying one, or we are buying a whole basket. That's just the difference. Okay, that's just the difference. But index fund, on the other hand, because it mimics the index, okay, it's index fund, it mimics the index, even though the ETF too also mimics the index some way, okay, because if it's an S&P 500, it does not have to mimic the index. It could mimic the index or not, right? S&P 500, yes, that's it. VO, all those things. Nasdaq 100, yes, it could mimic that, but it could also mimic the another thing, like just 10 top 10 100 energy whatever, right, which is not an index, right? But now also think about, but when it comes to index fund, is at the end of the day. So by the end of the trading window, that's when you can actually know that, okay, this is how much it is or not, and get your money and all of that. And I'm going to pause because we're not tapping out the lights, we're not sharing out the life, we're not engaging, we're not doing nothing. So we're going to pause. Okay. All right. Let's tap out the life. If you're new here, welcome in. Okay. Let's restart. We're new here. Welcome in. How are you? This is the $1,000,000 League. If you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I help people turn their income into real wealth. Okay? How do we do that? We stop saving. If you save your money, it takes you 72 years. Like rule of 72. Rule of 72, okay? 72 years. That's what it's going to take you. Go check rule of 72 or come back during the week so that I can teach you rule of 72 to double your money, okay? How long it takes you to double your money. But you want to double your money in 2 years, in 1 year, in whatever, right? That's it. Okay, that's it. In not 1 year, 2 years, 3, 4, right, 7 years that you have to start investing, right? Like I said, I'm a doctor, I'm a vice president of technology, and of course also a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information system. Guess what? I did not gain financial freedom until I started doing what? I started investing in ETF, real estate, and that's when I gained financial freedom. And of course, get to this $1,000,000 status, and exactly what I'm teaching everyone. So we're doing a financial freedom drive. So whenever you see that I pause when the class is not chatting, when I say that, it's because we have a goal this whole July to help as many people to reduce poverty. Because when you gain financial freedom, or you know how, poverty reduces and crime also reduces automatically. All right. And that's what we're doing, because we're taught in school, go to school, get a job, work hard, and life will be good. But how come you're still paycheck to paycheck? Okay. So there's way more than that. All right. There is way more than that. So click on the follow button if you have been seated here. As a matter of fact, in these 8 days, we've already clocked 54 countries have been represented here in 8 days. So if you're new here, I still want to welcome in. Welcome in. So if you have been sitting here 2 minutes, we'll always say 2 minutes, stay for 2 minutes. If it looks like what you are looking for, click on the follow button. Otherwise, it's okay for you to also pass. All right. We want to make sure that you're no beauties. We also want to make sure that we welcome you properly, the millionaire way that you are. Throw the red carpet on the floor and get you welcome. The other thing is that we have scammers mimicking us because we are growing exponentially, and they are going after people that they will just go after you, and maybe you'll enjoy the life. You forgot to click on the plus sign, and because of that, they tell you, oh, this is Dr. Lina. You're super excited, but it's not me, because they have my picture, they have my content, they have all of that. All right. All you have to do is click the plus sign so you know you have the right person right now. Share and of course report them immediately and block them. All right. And please make sure you're careful out there. So click on the plus sign, tap out the live, share out the live, get your pen and paper ready. We're talking about family and finance tonight. But every other day, we're talking about all those things, but we are still touching this tonight from the family perspective. So make sure if you have not clicked on that follow button, make sure you do that. And Apple and who else again, who just joined the $1,000,000 League? Who are those newest people? Welcome into the family. If you don't know how to click the follow button, you see the plus sign, click on that plus sign, okay? Tap out the live, share out the live, get your daily at me. If you can fill up the gift gallery, that would be great. Repost is also very good, okay? So, and I know that Josh is saying that, you know what, we are all locked in, but We need more people here. Go Populars help this life as well, right? We need people to be more, how do I put it, to come and learn this, right? So that's what we're doing. So when you stop engaging or doing all those things, it shows that you're just sitting here. Algorithm doesn't know if you're adding, if it's value adding to you or not. Okay, that's why you see me pause at every time if that's not happening. Alice and my other friend, welcome in. Exactly. July goal is executors financial knowledge. Fishers of men and not eaters of financial fish knowledge. No, you have your ways with words. Come on. Wow, that's deep. Unfortunately, others cannot see it, right? You have your ways with words. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Yeah, wow. Guys, did you see that? I've never seen that. Wow, that's deep. Chummy, welcome to the family, and every other person. Welcome in. Awesome. So let's go ahead. Now, index fund on the other hand, like I said, is just index fund on the other hand is just like ETF, right? But we'll talk about ETF more during the week, but it's just a basket of stocks. It helps you diversify your risk. It helps you to manage, to manage your risk as well. All right. So, and those are the things, chances of you losing your money is pretty minimal. Okay. But of course, the risk is always in the stock market. But it's one of the ways that it's almost like you have a very, very solid foundation for yourself. Okay. So, and that's part of the strategies that the multimillionaire uses. Okay. So, ETF, index funds, the other thing that you want to add in the mix, and this is not for everyone, but anyone that wants to go far when you in this, I mean, for everyone that it's going to be on this MDL, you want to do it in 10 years, right? I encourage you. You want to do it in 10 years, you want to add real estate to it. I know it's not for everybody, right? Some people will say, I don't want to have a tenant. I don't want to do all of that thing. But guess what? Do you even like to go to job on a daily basis? Put it in the comment. I like to go to my job every day. I have passion for it. I love that job so much. Even if they don't pay me, I would go there. Put yes. I mean, otherwise say no. Say no if you never. Okay, no. All right. So that's just the thing, right? A lot of us, we're just doing it because we don't have a choice. We want to just pay bills. That's why we're going. Because of course, yes and no. Awesome. Oh, I like the yes and no. All right. Awesome. So, but the thing about it, you are going there because, like Inkechi, if Inkechi has the opportunity to be on one island sipping coconut water on the island, right? And he has to choose between that and going to work tomorrow. Let me flip it, right? Nkechi has the choice of being on one island. His bills is being paid, everything is still okay, but she has the opportunity of going on the one island sipping coconut all for another 10 days, enjoying herself. Which one would she choose? All right, how does it? All right, so put it in the comment section, Nkechi. Let's see what Nkechi has to choose. Maybe we need to whoop Nkechi today. Of course, I know. Of course, Ireland. Exactly. So when you say yes or no, now you have your answer there. In case you were confused before. Yeah, exactly. All right. So now let's not talk about it. I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. Real estate would accelerate the journey for you when it comes to ETF. Will give you what? ETF will give you two things. ETF will give you cash flow, meaning if you have dividends ETF, meaning it's paying you dividends every single paycheck, or every single month or quarter. You're doing profit sharing. ETF would give you growth. Your money will grow, okay? Real estate is going to give you that and more. It's going to give you that plus 4 more. So I'll go a little bit, and we are talking about it as a family. So you want your family to gain financial freedom. Now we've already talked about two things: cash flow, right? We talked about cash flow and we talk about growth. On the real estate side, it's going to be something called appreciation. So both of them would have ETF or stock will give you appreciation, which is growth, right? We agree. Appreciation in real estate is growth in ETF or stock market. Okay, right? We understand that, right? We agree. Yes. So, and then if you have a dividend ETF, dividend, that's cash flow. So, which is the rent on the real estate side. Now, what are the other things? Millionaire mindset. Okay. What are the other things that real estate will now give you that, Pat will welcome the latest millionaire in town. Now, what are the other things that real estate will give you? Because those two things are the only two things that both of them have in common. Now, there's still four other things if you want your family to gain financial freedom and you build generational wealth quicker, right? The other thing, number three, is something called equity. You won't get equity in ETF because there's no leverage. Okay, what is leverage? When you take loan, good debt, right? You take the loan from the bank. When you take the loan from the bank, right, and every time your tenant pays, then you get equity in that property. That is, you don't get that when it comes to ETF. Okay, if you are against that, hey, you can welcome in, right? If you are against that, or you don't believe in that, or you think I'm wrong, please put it in the comment section so that we can discuss it. All right. So the other thing that you get with real estate that you don't get with stock market or ETF is something called leverage. All right, which is what I said earlier. Leverage. What does leverage mean? It simply means debt. Okay. All right. So if you want to buy real estate, your family wants to buy property and put it out on rent, an investment property, you need to have like 20% down, or except you're doing house hacking. Baba Tutu Paul, welcome to the family, latest millionaire in town. You need to have, if you see your leverage debt, right? Thank you so much for the repost. If your family wants to buy a property, you need like 20% down. Or if you're doing house hacking on a property, and we're going to be teaching real estate this week, so I'm not going to go in depth, right? You either have 3 to 5%, okay, conventional loan, FHA loan in the United States, right? Or you have 20% as investment property. Either way, with 20% or less, you can actually buy a property of 200,000, 250,000, 300,000. 20%, let's use the word 20%, because let's say we're not doing house hacking. We're doing the right is an investment as a family. 20% of, let's say 200,000, that's how much? $40,000. With $40,000, you can buy a property, 200,000. When it's time for you to buy stock, please educate me. When you want to buy stock, or ETF, when they say fund the account, do you fund it with 40,000 and then you get ETF of 40,000 of 200,000? Is that possible? I know some people use leverage, which is crazy, but I'm just asking, is there like did they give you that option to say, you know what, you can actually put 40,000 down, but we're going to give you ETF of 200,000? Please, no, exactly, no. Who else? I mean, maybe there's some others. Pink penguin. Pink. Or you don't know? No. Only one person said no. Guys, we need to engage. If you're new here, click on that follow button so that we can welcome you. Pink with the latest millionaire in town. If you'll be sitting here for more than 2 minutes, click on that plus sign, that follow button. If you have not gotten your daily at me, get your daily at me. There's a fixed revenue with ETF, I think. Fixed revenue. No, we're not talking about revenue. We're talking about you have to have the fund in the account. You have to have the fund in the account. You missed the question. You have to have the fund in the account to be able to buy ETF. You want to buy ETF of 200,000. We're using one scenario. In the real estate side, in the business side, Sadie, you have to be fully here today. Fully here. Reason why I say that, because I know you want to know everything, right? All right. So the question is, right, if you want to buy ETF or stock, When I say fund the account, is it possible for you to buy ETF of 200,000 when you only have 40,000 in the account? Is that possible? You only have 40,000 in the account, but you want to buy ETF of 200,000? No. Okay? No. If any other person, who else? Guys, you guys are not engaging. What the chat is not chatting again. You guys want me to do adverts again. You guys don't like adverts. So let's tap out the live, engage, share the live. You'd be sitting here 2 minutes, click on the follow button. Let's welcome you. Stop sitting on the window. Let's welcome you. I'm on the yes side. Where? No. So you can, if you don't have money in your ETF, in your account, in your investment account, you can buy more than what you have. So you only have $1,000. You can buy ETF or you can buy stock of $10,000. All right? No. I'm just, because maybe there's some things that I don't know. So you only have 1,000, but you want to buy ETF for $10,000. Is that possible? Okay. No. No, because we learn every day. I also learn. Okay. All right. Thank you. Nonu has refused to be, has gone incommunicado today. All right. So she's going to respond. Borrow from where? How? Okay. All right. No. Okay. You'll be back. When you're back, let us know. All right. Well, we know it's not possible. Okay. And it's only 3 people responding. Guys, it's a 2-way. Please respond, tap out the live, share out the live. If you're new here, click on the follow button. Okay. Click on that plus sign. Right. That's a rule here. It's not a rule. That's how we relate as a millionaire, because we need to we're not we are on another level. Okay, so let's communicate, let's engage. Okay, click on the plus sign if you'll be sitting here. Otherwise it's okay, wait 2 minutes. Otherwise it's okay for you to also scroll. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, we want to make sure that you're fully engaged and you're already part of this family. Awesome. So basically, what was I saying? Well, with real estate, right? With real estate, you with 20% down. Everybody knows about. All you have to do is make sure you have your credit right. Make sure you have your credit, and of course, make sure you have the 20% down payment. Trust me, they would give you the loan. You have the at times there's even something called DCSR loan if you don't have income. There's this CSR loan whereby the income from the property is what is going to be the income from the property. That's what they're going to use to qualify that property for you, even if you don't have income. The interest is a little bit higher. That's another time, but we'll talk about this when we're talking about real estate. Okay, so that's it. Leverage. So it simply tells you something. With real estate, you can actually own $200,000 in assets, but with ETF you cannot, because you are using the bank's money, right? Guess what? Your growth. Now, we talked about something earlier, growth, right? That's one thing they have in common. ETF and real estate has growth and equity. No. Growth and what was the second thing, guys? What was the second thing? Growth, and there were 2 of them. Growth and cash flow. Cash flow. Those were the 2 things we have in common. So now think about it. In this case, Isaac, welcome to the family. In this case, ETF will grow. ETF will grow based off of 40,000. But real estate will grow on 200K. Real is going to grow on 200K, right? That's where your growth. Please take note. Real estate versus easy. Yeah, it's on my YouTube as well. So whenever people are arguing, I just laugh. Ernestus, welcome to the family, the latest millionaire in town. Welcome in on the red carpet. Awesome. So whenever we are talking about this, they're just 2 different things. There's a reason why the millionaires and the multi-millionaires have real estate in their portfolio. Now you know the reason. Because now, can you see 200,000 is different from your growth on 200,000 is different on 40,000. And I know the next thing that some people would say, but then you know what, you're going to be paying what's it called, mortgage on it. Okay. The next thing, you're going to be paying interest and all of that. Real Frank, the latest millionaire in town. Right. Now, let me now educate you. There's something, next thing is, you see this one, that's the biggest thing. When I told you that taxes, and we're going to get onto that, and I'm going to show you a video shortly. I will show you a video why the wealthy, the millionaire, the middle class remains on the middle class status. And that's maybe the reason why a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. Hopefully, I can get on my Instagram so that I can show you, to describe this, to illustrate this properly. Okay, let me use that. Let me use this. I have to say more. Do I have to say more? So when some people come here, when I tell you that you can get to that, when I tell you that you can actually, the game is different. You are the only, you see, the middle class game, it's set up for middle class to remain in middle class. Period. Period. No, but it is possible to be poor class to catch up. It is possible. That's what we are teaching here. It is possible because it's only you. I don't want to do real estate. I do not want to do real estate. My dear, that's part of the things we are teaching here. So when we're talking about, when I tell you next time, you want to get to this $1 million status, it is not joke, it's not play. That's why you see that I'm very tough at times when people come on this, come at whatever. I don't joke, all right? Or I tell people 2 minutes, because it is for serious-minded people. You're changing the entire life of your family. So it's serious. Look at people. You think all those people are joking? They don't joke. I mean, tell me, so those of you that have property, if you already have a property, you're in the United States, tell me anybody that paid $200 in taxes. Tell me, property tax. My smallest house, the smallest house, I pay at least $4,000 to $5,000 every single year. I own double-digit real estate portfolio. Can you please, I have it on my IG, right? Go on my IG, I share some things like this. I put it on my story. So all of you go, if you want to, I always put it on my IG story. So you would see all of this kind of things. I always put people's, anything that is education I'm sharing. I don't care, you know. It doesn't have to be my content. So far, it's going to help others. I put it on my story. So go, it's Money Talk with Dr. Lina on IG. I always put it on my story. Oh, see the latest millionaire in town. Who else did I miss? If I missed your name, welcome to the family. You don't have IG. Oh, okay. Maybe you would need to download IG because of me. Yeah, you need to download IGs. Yeah. Anyways, so when I tell you, Ophelia, welcome to the family. When I tell this, somebody would say, it's not possible to get to $1 million in 10 years. It's not possible. Stay there. It is in your mind that it's not possible. Just say, it's not possible for me. It's not possible for me. It's possible. People are doing it. Somebody just crossed $500,000. The other day, she came to this live. She said she just crossed $500,000. That's it. Welcome in, critical thinker. So you want to build generational wealth for your family. Mr. Donald is putting $200 on millions of dollars property. That's what taxes, that's what it does. Why am I investing in real estate? Critical thinker and fatty latest millionaire in town. Critical, why you need to do critical thinking. Like critical thinker, I like that. You need to do critical thinking whenever you're doing wealth building. Because taxes, hey, thank you so much for the Go Popular. Hey. And we just filled the gift gallery. Awesome. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Awesome. All right. So, taxes, how do they do this? As a matter of fact, how did I even reach How did I thank you so much? How did I reach that? How did I get into real estate? Let me tell you the story. Since we are talking about family and finance, I was doing what's it called? Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. I was doing 5 to 9 for my kids, right? Story time. 5 to 9 for my kids. That's what I was doing. But I realized that this thing is not making sense. Well, if it makes sense for you, that's fine. But it wasn't making sense for me. It wasn't growing. And then I realized that they cannot get things like financial aid. I'm not talking about what's it called? I'm not talking about loan, student loan, no, financial aid. It's automatically they use this to calculate it for them and all of that. So I figured that okay, there has to be a better way. There and every other button that just click the follow button. Welcome in, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in everyone and all the people that gifted. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. All right, let's keep tapping out the live. Thank you so much. We need to get to 50,000 taps tonight. And of course, if you can fill the gift card, that would be great. Awesome. So, and that's how I got into real estate. Story time. And then, of course, I needed to, because I'd lost $5,000, $99,000. I needed to get education. So I paid $1,000. I got a training for an hour or two. And that's how I started doing real estate. And it was purposely for the kids. And then I realized that we bought the first one. And I realized that I could use the property taxes to reduce. Hey, Isaac, how are you? Thank you so much. I could use the property taxes. I could use it to reduce how much I'm paying in terms of W2. Remember, I'm a vice president of technology. My husband is even higher than me, right? So it tells you. So we're able to reduce using the taxes here to reduce how much we are getting from our active earned income. Reduce it. Because you see property taxes, HOA, insurance, interest, all of those things you can use it. If you are earning above 6 figures, you get, of course, if you are in this community, know that you are already automatically, we need to work with you to get to that 6 figure salary, because it starts with your income. So if you are not there yet, don't think that, oh, this is not for you. You're going to get there, but you're already equipped to know when you get there, and you are in a 28%, 32% tax bracket, you know exactly what you need to do. Okay? So taxes, you can reduce. Hey, thank you so much for dating at me. You can use, you see those interests that we are crying about, you use it to reduce your taxes every single year. All right? So far, you have the LLC on the other side. So that's the other thing with real estate. Ibra, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. So that's it. Taxes. Now you see 1, 2, 3. There's another one, right? Other people's money. I just talked about IRS now. I use their money. I use it's the tenant that is paying my mortgage, that is paying the mortgage. Is what's it called? What's your other one? Other people's money. The tenant is paying the mortgage. I'm using IRS money to pay property taxes. So I'm using other people's money. I use the bank's money for leverage as well to scale. So with 200,000, I can actually buy five houses, which is part of the strategies that I have here. And I have an asset of 1 million. All I put in is 200,000, 800,000 as a family. You're late. Oh, it's okay. You will catch up. 800,000 that we are owing as a family. Who is going to pay it? The tenant. The tenant is paying it. But guess what? We have 1 million in assets. This asset is appreciated. So that is how you build generational wealth as a family. So somebody that asked the question earlier, how does that build you million? Are you still here? If you're here, do you agree or you still disagree? Okay? Mic drop, or what do they call it? Mic drop. All right. So that's it. Expo, welcome to the family. All right. So as we on a family and financial freedom, that's what we are. Nikki, the latest millionaire in town. So next time, if I tell you millionaire, do not question. Just say that, Dr. Lina, show me the way. Tell me how. Because if you do not know, how can that golf course that we saw, that old house of Donald Trump, how can he be paying $220 a year? A whole year, 200. There's some of our properties that we pay close to like $8,000, $10,000, and some of them not up to $1 million. And he's paying 30 something $1 million, 40, 50, 100 million, and he's paying $200. And you said that it's not rigged. The system is rigged. And then you look for it. That's why we are looking at the Millionaires World Blueprint, and that's exactly what we are following. If you follow the exact step that they taught you in school, you would be there. That's why you work from age 20 to 65. But people are young people, 40, 50, 40, 50. My cousin retired at the age of 50. People are doing it every day. Welcome in the latest millionaires in town. Welcome into the family. Oh, awesome, Nikki. That's great. When will you be teaching this again? So we are here every Sunday. Okay, it's okay. We just stick around. Just stick around. I will be teaching real estate during the week as well. How can I catch up with the past teaching? It's okay. I am here on Monday through Friday or Saturday through this July. Only this July. So I'm here 1:30 Central Time and 8 p.m. Central Time. You catch me. Make sure you click on the follow button, turn on notification bell, right? We are teaching this is a financial freedom drive, but today is family and finance. All right, so we're going to be teaching some other things, but normally all these ones I just talked about, I talk about it during the week. But now we're going to be getting to something else about, we taught on Sundays is every member of the family. So we're talking about living trust, all those kind of things. So let me go ahead, okay? Any other question? You'll be sitting there for more than 2 minutes. 2 minutes. REIT is part of ETF. The supporting listener, REIT is just real estate investment trust ETF, right? The ETF of it is what we teach, okay? All right, and I've taught that. I've taught that over and over again, right? It's ETF. Don't let anybody, I don't know what to, whoever. Real estate is just the stock of real estate, period. Okay, but we teach the ETF of it, meaning the basket of so many real estate companies. Okay, so you'll be if you have learned ETF, real estate, if you have learned ETF, then you've learned REIT. Don't let anybody confuse you. It's just the real estate. It's just like you talking. I tell you that there are hundreds or thousands of ETF, right? It's just, yeah. Leslie, the latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. All right. Do we all agree on this real estate thing now? Okay. And if you want to learn more about real estate, join me. And you want to stick around to the end. There's one video or two. There's something that will show you that you can get started. Okay. Get started with real estate. So real estate is one of the things. I just told you one of the. So if you buy a course or you do a one-on-one consultation, you know that fees that you paid me, you can actually claim it to reduce your taxes. That's one beautiful thing about real estate that people don't know. You can go on a trip and do some things that relates to, and you use the entire cost of the trip to reduce how much you pay. So is it that you give it to IRS or you give your tax whatever, or you use it to buy the next property? Let me tell you a very funny story. There's one of my friends that also told my client 6 years ago, about 4 years ago, 5 years ago now. She was making so much money that she literally had cash of $1 million in the bank. That the bank was telling her that, I hope you know you can lose this money because it's just FDIC insured to 250. So she had 750,000 at risk. Of course, that 1 million in 1 year, she only got $2 or something, one ridiculous amount. But she was paid year one. Her taxes was, and I'm not kidding, her taxes was 70,000. Year two, her taxes was 80,000. 60,000, 70,000. So about 130,000 for 2 years. And she said, I'm not going to do this anymore because year three, I'm going to even make more income. So am I going to be paying 100,000 in taxes? Now, I'm not saying taxes that she paid. I'm not saying the one that they removed from her. I'm not saying she's doing cup to cup. That's not what she's doing. What she's doing, she's paying the regular one on her on her income. She was making good money. But guess what? This is when she filed her taxes. This is when she do tax return, when they pay you back. No, this is what she was paying IRS back. So in 2 years, she paid $130,000. And she said, next year, I'm not going to do this because next year I'm going to make more money. So does it mean I'm going to be paying 100,000 after they removed this? And I started laughing. I said, so what are you doing? So she became my client 101. And I said, guess what? Yeah, I said, guess what? What are you go? I said, go into real estate, buy a property. So I told her. Then the next year, she bought 2 properties. And she bought 2 properties the next year, year 3. Guess what? By the time she filed her taxes, even though she made more money in that year, her taxes was about $10,000. $10,000. So that's it. Okay? Right. Okay? J. Lucy, I do not understand what you mean. What do you mean by that? Okay? All right. So, prefect. All right. So, other people's money. Okay? Other people's money. Other people's money. That's it. That's the other thing that you get with real estate. All right? If you're new here, make sure you drop drop 1 in the comment section. Click on the plus sign so that we can welcome you properly. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's keep tapping out. Let's share out the live. J. Lucy, are you new here? Okay. If you're new here, drop 1 in the comment section because I'm not sure what you're talking about, or clarify yourself better. Oh, about doctor of business. Okay. All right. Schedule a one-on-one. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Nikki. Awesome. If you're new here, welcome in. Drop also the country where you're connecting from. Make sure you click on the follow button. All right. So ETF, index funds, invest as a family. Hey, wow. Thank you. I love that. Thank you so much. Hey, cuz, how are you doing? M2 King also just said, I am going to come on the red carpet on the grants, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. All right, welcome in. We've had 54 countries represented in 8 days, and we are on the hunt on country number 55. Laura, thank you so much. How are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Awesome. Great, great, great. Get your daily at me, tap out the live, share out the live. Awesome. So the next thing that you want to do is businesses. So look at it. Start with ETF as a beginner. Start with ETF. UAE is already here. When are we going to go over rule of 72? Josh, you were here yesterday. We did rule of 72. I'm not even going to talk during the week. During the week. Rule of 72 is how long it takes your money to double. We're not talking rule of 72. Some people will kill me today if I talk about that. Not today, you see? All right. So ETF, index fund. Start with ETF. Turn it to index fund. And of course, real estate. And of course, businesses. Master Brown, latest millionaire in town. Welcome. Awesome. Okay. So thing about it is that the other thing is that then you start with businesses. You see all those laundromat, vending machine. Who says you cannot buy McDonald's? Who says you can't buy KFC? Right? But you might not be able to buy Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A, they need to assign you. So if you have been looking at Chick-fil-A, they need to assign you. So you might not be able to buy that one, right? Except they assign you, okay? So you can buy a franchise, right? There are businesses you can. Cargo van business. I don't know. I don't know much about that, okay? I really don't know about that, all right? But do your research about it. Absolutely. Do your research about it. But think about it. Any asset that is going to give you cash flow, that is going to give, and you can also think about generational. How can your children, how can they do that? Apartment complex, you can actually use real estate as a business. Think about you having 1,000, 10,000 units of apartment complex. That is when we're talking about businesses, group home, you can do real estate as a business. What's it called? Storage facility, real estate as a business, right? It doesn't mean that you have to, if you're comfortable in the real estate space, you don't need to switch and totally move into something else that you don't know. Maybe go to vending machine or go into plumbing or all those things. If you feel that you're comfortable, you can now make it large, right? You can make it really huge to the point that, you're doing it on a scale, it now becomes a business, all right? Lossie and every other person that just click the follow button. Welcome in. The it is becoming it. Pretty Dr. Lina, thank you for what you do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Delab, welcome in. Welcoming everyone, welcoming everyone. Okay, if you're new here, make sure you click on the plus sign. If you'll be sitting for 2 minutes, let's welcome you properly. Click on that follow button. You'll be sitting for 2 minutes. We want to welcome you the right way. We want to make sure that you're no BOTs. The other thing is that we also want the scammers, miscreants trying to pretend like me. So we will make this is the right me. Okay, click on the follow button right now so you don't start looking for me later. I come on live this July 1:30 Central Time and 8 p.m. Central Time. Yes, we're doing a financial freedom drive. So click on the follow button, and if anybody comes into your inbox and represents as me, it's not me. It's not me. I don't have Telegram group. I don't have WhatsApp group. Block, report them and block them immediately. Okay, Salima, the latest millionaire in the house. All right. You'll be sitting here for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is what we want. We want to make sure you're not beauty. You're not one of those miscreants. Also, we want to welcome you the right way. Stop sitting on the window. You're a millionaire. This is the $1,000,000 league. Let's welcome you as the millionaire that you are. Click on that plus sign. Click on the follow button. And for everyone, all of the people that click on follow button, if you have not gotten your daily at me, get your daily at me as well. Tap out the live. Share out the live. Let us actually do, we are 22,000. We are going to 50,000 taps today. 50,000 taps. So let's get to it. Thank you so much for doing that. If you have been sitting here, please check. Let me give you, I know that we are teaching, you are all locked in. Let me give everybody a 1 minute. 1 minute, check if you have not clicked on the plus sign. It happens to me every time. It's not, I'm locked in, I get into a life, it's so good because I know it's good, okay? It's so good, and I get locked in and I just totally forgot to click on the plus sign, which is the follow button. So do that right now, because I will hate to see that some people come into your inbox and you'll be excited. You think it's Dr. Lina, right? It's not me, okay? It's not me. Click on the plus sign right now if you haven't done that, so we can welcome you properly. All right. So the next thing is that we're going to be teaching that we're going to go on the next. I just want to give everybody a minute. All the people that have not clicked on the follow button, if you are new here, drop one. Money bag, just click on the follow button. It says it's the latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Welcome in. And Chanel as well. Just also click on that follow button. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Get your pen and paper. This is not your regular life. It's life-changing. Is life-changing. I teach this. We're doing family and finance, but typically I teach either real estate businesses and all of that. I do that through Monday, 1:30 this July, 1:30 and 8 p.m. Central Time. Right? If you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I'm a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management systems starting this fall. I'm a vice president of technology. That's my day job. I'm an economist, a chartered accountant. I have my doctorate and my master's in strategy, business, and information management system. I have been investing for close to 2 decades. I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. So if you want to know how to manage and own, handle eviction, handle all those whatever, how your tenants cannot walk over you, then you are in the right place, right? Doing real estate the peaceful way, right? Almost turning it passive, that you are in the right place. Click on that follow button. Also, I've been investing in the stock market for close to 2 decades, right? And I've been in the corporate world for close to 2 decades as well. So we're doing a financial freedom drive this July, whereby we are helping as many people understand, gain financial education and financial freedom, right? Because once they gain financial education, they gain financial freedom. And we're doing this through all of these things that we have here. Stop saving. Don't put your money in the bank. Put it in investment. Have your emergency fund. Those are things that we teach right here. What's the other thing? So that's what we're teaching right here. So if this is what you're looking for, click on the follow button. Otherwise, 2 minutes is enough for you to determine if it's not something you're looking for. Time is money. We'll value our time. So when I'm in somebody's life, I stay there 2 minutes. It's not something I'm looking for. I am out. But if I'm there, I click on that follow button. So do that. Click on the follow button. Tap out the live. Share out the live. Get your pen and paper ready. We're going to get, our goal tonight is 50,000 taps. 50,000 taps. And of course, 100 shares. 100 shares. You don't know how to tap, just tap the screen. Shares. Press my forehead on the screen. You see your contact right there. And of course, get your pen and paper. Share the live. Get your daily at me, repost, and all of that. Yeah, but most importantly, make sure you click on the follow button so that the scammers, you don't fall prey. So you know that you're following the right Dr. Lina in the life. Make sure you turn on notification bell as well. Okay. If you can fill the gift gallery, that would also be amazing. Thank you all for doing that, tapping out the live. Okay. Awesome. So let's keep going. So I talked about the business. So one thing that's most important is that teach children that assets buy freedom. Hey, guy Govern, how are you? Teach your children, if you have kids or your future kid, teach them that asset buy freedom. The income, that paycheck doesn't buy freedom. So if your idea is that, you know what, I can walk my way to wealth, you cannot walk your way to wealth. Unfortunately, you cannot. Nobody becomes a millionaire or becomes a billionaire working a day job. Nobody. Please, you can tell me if you have that mindset. You can, even if you do, you're a medical doctor, you cannot, it doesn't build your wealth. What builds your wealth is the growth. You see that income when you invest it, right? And then it grows. That income is a seed. Is what you do with that income that you get from that your job, right? You use some of it towards lifestyle. Then you put a lot of it towards investing in the right place. Because if you put it in the wrong soil, it's not going to germinate. Take it as a seed, put it in the ground, like real estate businesses, like what we were talking about, where the multimillionaire put their money, and then see it germinate. Let delayed gratification come to place, and then you see yourself on the winning side, gaining financial freedom. So teach them that, and teach them early enough. Brevity, the latest millionaire in town. All right, another thing is number 6, build multiple income stream. Now, I'm not one of those people that will tell you go and get 74 jobs or whatever. No, not even 7 stream of income. One of your income might be the one that makes you money, that your money is working. That's even the ideal one. You have a job, but guess what? You put that money towards ETF. That's one stream of income. You put your money towards real estate. You get multiple streams of income, cash flow, and all of that. So you have dividends, you have growth, you have cash flow for rent, right? That's another stream of income. You can have a book or you have digital product. That's another stream of income. You can have royalty, right? You can have a business. That's other streams of income, right? These are multiple streams of income. Okay, but one stream of income is close to no stream of income, especially now more than ever that the layoff is at its highest. People are being laid off. Like Oracle laid off 30,000 people in one day. If you don't know that, Spirit Airline did how many in one day? 17,000, because they went down, right? Amazon, Apple, I can count like that, and it's in thousands. And the hiring is not even hiring. So always remember that. That's why you have to, more than ever, have your emergency fund and have another stream of income. Okay? Do we agree with that? If you're going to do that, put yes in the comment section. Door of Hope, Semi, Greater, and Brevity, the latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Exactly. Yes, that's all. And teach your children the same thing. Let them, don't just say, oh, you know what, go to college. Yes, go to college. Absolutely. That's number one. I'm a doctor. I'm not one of those people that will tell you don't go to college. Go to college. But guess what? Give them entrepreneurship spirit. Okay? Teach them, give them entrepreneurship spirit as well. Yeah, as you're getting this job, let them take this money. Let them start putting it towards investing so that by the age of 30, right, they're already gaining financial freedom. Okay? Now back to the next thing. Now we're going to get on kids, and this could be you, it could be your kids as well. Always think about, the other day we had Dr. Fatima come here to tell us that every single year, every single financial school year, she's the director of admissions and scholarships or something in UCLA. So she came to teachers. She was a panel here, came to teachers. That she said that she actually said millions of dollars every single year is what goes, that is a scholarship that is not claimed. every single year. And you can start the whole scholarship process as soon as your child is in ninth grade. So meaning high school. So if you're in the in the college, right, in the high school, right, at ninth grade they can start that. You live in Australia, yeah, that's okay. So whatever I'm saying right now, because I live in the US, so use it for your own country, because I tell you, you'll be so surprised. Use the same information and try it as well, because it will be there. It can even be better than United States. It can be better, okay? So just whatever I'm saying, use it and replay it in your own country, okay? Because I know we do have 54 countries represented here. And let's keep tapping out the life, right? Take the information. That's why you need your pen and paper. So you know that I have to go back to this multiple stream of income, find out what it means exactly, if anything in your country, exactly, right? So that's it. That's what you need to do. So you're in Africa, check the same thing. You'll be so surprised. You'll be so surprised. So scholarships, things like dual credit. So if you're in the United States, you can actually be for kids. Your kids can actually be in high school, but then they are taking some college credits. So think about that as well. They can start taking some college credit. They can even be doing it in the community colleges. So look into that in your country. Check if that option is available. At least I know that, in some African countries, there are so many scholarships that even allows them. Some people would say, oh, you know what? I have, like my friend that said, oh, I made a first class, right? But I'm still struggling. You made a first class, but have you looked at outside of, your country? There's so many people that are gaining scholarship in other countries. I know of somebody that had a full ride scholarship to the United States, to one of the leading universities, actually to Stanford, all the way from Africa. And on top of that, they are paying her. We were working together in Procter and Gamble, and they were also giving her a peg, which was higher than her paycheck, even in Procter and Gamble. So she was getting a full ride scholarship to Stanford, and at the same time, they were also giving her pegs that was more than her income on a job. So look into all of that. So don't, and for parents, instead of you just saying that, okay, you know what, yes, I'm doing the 529, and oh, they have to get scholarship through athletics. There are different types of scholarships. There's seven, and I'll get my notes next week, because I took all the notes that she had. A lot of time we always say, especially the Black community, oh, it's all about it has to be athletics or whatever. There are academic scholarships that are available. Athletes or whatever scholarship is just one. Okay, D not welcome. Thank you so much for the daily at me. It's just one. There's academic achievers. There is you need to think about, there is the one that, because you live in this community, right? There is that one. There are different kind of scholarships. Hey Nikki, thank you so much for the roses. So think about that, right? Why is this important to you as a parent? Yes, it's good for the parent, but this is, you see, the money that you're supposed to pay for that scholarship. Hey, Erica, how are you? And thank you all for gifting, filling up the gift gala. I really appreciate that. Right? Instead of the money that you are supposed to use for that education, right? You can use it as a down payment for a property for them. How does that sound? So instead of them starting life as a negative, taking student loan, focus, use the energy to see what scholarships have been at least exhausted. Most of the time, most parents do not even go that route. You just say, go and do student loan, go and do whatever. What option? Look at, explore the options. Don't even leave them to it. Then you can use that money. Yes, I'm saving the 529 or whatever. The more reason why I'm not doing 529, by the way. Yeah, because you have to use it for education. Okay, you have to use it for education. Otherwise, I think now they just changed the rule that you can convert it to Roth IRA. So Roth IRA, it means that they can you're waiting till 60 to 59 and a half. A child is still 16, then you're going to wait till 59. It's good, right? I'm not saying it's good, it's a good thing. But I want to be able to put it in real estate. And that child can actually use that money to buy the house in college, buy a triplex, live in, or even one single family with 3 bedroom, live in one room in the college, and then rent the other 2 to his friends. They don't know he's the landlord. He's getting money out in college already, Right. So that's how it's being done. You see all these little things? All these things you would think that people know. But guess what? These are things that you're using to build generational wealth. If you started from age one, let's even say you did 30 years mortgage. You have a tenant rent the house from age one. By year 18, when he's going to college, isn't that house already almost fully paid off? If you are putting everything and you're not spending the money really, that mortgage would have almost been paid off at 18, year 18. If you put, because the rent is going to be going up. If you buy it right, the rent is going up. So if you put almost everything back as the rent is going up, trust me, you will shave off at least 10 years of your off of that mortgage. 30 years will become 20 years. So a lot of things, strategies like this, when we say that we are the $1 million league, that's what we talk about. That's exactly what we are talking about. All right. So think about dual credit. Dual credit, it means that you see some kids will go to school and they would say, oh, they only spent 2 years. They only spent 3 years. Have you heard that before? In college, they'll say, oh, you know what? I only have to spend 3 years in college. I only have to spend 2 years in college. Have you heard that? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nikki. Yeah. Have you heard about that? Oh, you've heard about that. But guess what? That 2 years that that child shaves off, that 2 years that that child shaves off, that is 2 years that can be like 50,000. It can be 100,000, which could be actually become 300, 200,000 when you, if they take college loan. If they take college loan, that's so. And now imagine if you do not even do that. In the UK, there is now uni mortgages where your child can apply direct up to exactly. So look into those programs. Photography, the latest millionaire in town. So that's why now you see that the all when I talk about family and finance, now you see that it's totally different. This is the value that comes. Yes, Kweku, somebody is using my image. They invest in Bitcoin. I don't do Bitcoin. See, all these things. That's why I said, please put the, if you are seated here, somebody Kweku, let me, so that you guys would see. Whenever I say this, guys, so if you are seated here, you've not clicked on the plus sign. This is the reason. And I'm trying to pin it. It's not pinning. Can you see? Please check someone is using my image, they invest in Bitcoin for you. It's not me. They're using my image, they're using my name. Now, I will beg you again. It's not for anything. Click on the plus sign because I know you will start looking for me. And you're excited that, oh, Dr. Lina, she followed to not be scammed. Exactly. Follow now. This is the real me. If you are still, please, as a matter of fact, let everybody, I'll wait for a minute. A minute. If you have not clicked on the follow button, click on the follow button now. Otherwise, if you know it's not for you, it's okay for you to scroll because I know they're here. We want to make sure you're not guilty. Click on you don't know how to follow, the plus sign, the pink plus sign. Rock, yeah. I'm waiting on everyone. You'll be sitting here. This sounds like what you're looking for. I don't have a plus sign. Again, maybe you did not click on the follow button or go here and go and see. Except you've clicked on the follow button again already. Yeah. You don't want, because they are doing it. Because I told you 54 countries in 8 days. We are growing a lot. We're about 300 followers every single day. So they're trying to actually scam a lot of people. So please, it's not me. I don't do Bitcoin. I don't have WhatsApp group. I do not have what's it called? Hey, Stephanie girl, that's an OG level. I don't know a level anymore. She's she, level whatever in the house, right? Yeah, thank you. It's always a pleasure having you, Stephanie, from day one. Now, I don't have a Telegram group. I don't have WhatsApp. I will never come to you to say invest this way or that way. Or if you have to, you schedule a one-on-one with me. It's going to be on Zoom. You'll be seeing me live and you would see the link is there on my bio. And you're going to make your payment, right? You make your payment via a very, very secured portal, payment gateway, which is Stripe. That's it. I will not ask you for Zelle and all of those things. So For every persons that just click on the follow button, the latest people, millionaires in the house on the red carpet, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Ya Tua, welcome in. Rock, welcome in, the latest millionaire. Yadi, Yad Girl, welcome in, the latest millionaire in the house. If I missed you, yeah, welcome in, welcome in. So, college credit, think about that, and let's keep tapping out the light so we get to 5,000, we get to 50,000 taps, and also share the light. We're still at 26,000. I know we are all locked in. Yeah, let's keep tapping out. Let's share the live. Get your daily at me if you have not gotten that. If you can give the gallery, that would be absolutely amazing. If you can fill it up today, that would be absolutely amazing. Really, really appreciate everyone doing that. Get your daily at me if you have not done that. So, dual credit. Another thing is that let them look for grants. Okay? Let them look for grants. All right? Also, let them, so before you go and say, automatically, a lot of people just think it's student loan, it's student loan. Before you get there, think of scholarship. Think about dual credit when they're in high school. Think about grants before, financial aids before you think about student loan. Okay? All right? We agree on that. Also, already have college planning. Instead of buying those shoes, those going to grace other people's parties, I don't have a problem with that. So far, you have taken care of the college credit. That MS bag, that purse that you're buying MS, or what is the other one? Beckons, all right? But then you don't even have $4,000, and then your kids are going through a student loan, but you're carrying all those things, appearing to be rich. We don't do that, okay? All right, financial credit, didn't catch that. What's that? Dual credit, Tammy, dual credit. Yes, exactly. All right, because you can use that money into the future. All right, reducing student debt. Okay, if you do all of this, you see that even if you have to take student loan, it's going to be pretty minimal. Okay, so that's the other thing when it comes to make sure that you have plans, education planning for your kids. Now, the other thing, the topic that we want to touch next is on building family credit wisely. Most families, and this part is very delicate, most families, there's in a family, especially husband and wife, and this might not be husband and we're going to be touching the kids too, because don't say, oh, I don't have husband, I don't have wife, this is not my. Now I'm going to touch on you parents that are using your kids credit to open credit card or get hospital bills. This one-on-one session, you see the link, click on the link. Okay, yeah, Amazing Grace, and I'll share the link after. Okay, I'll share you the link. Yeah, just send me, if you send me a DM, I would send you the link. Or you would see the link in the bio. The link is there. You would see my one-on-one there. Okay. And right now we are even doing a promotion. So take advantage of it. Prices were going to go up later. So don't do that. It's criminal. Okay. It's criminal. Don't use your kids' credit to start using for, what's it called? The light bills or whatever. And you mess up the kids' credit before it even starts life. That is criminal. Let's not do that. All right. So the other thing is that for your kids, now specifically for your kids, authorized user. So put it down, authorized user. So once you have your kid is already in their teens, right? 15 ideally, set them up as authorized user on your credit. But first of all, you need to fix your own credit. Yeah. Your latest millionaire in town, legal services, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. We are doing a family and finance night, okay? Family and finance night, family financial freedom. That's what that is, right? Means UK means joint account. Is it joint account? No, it's on the credit card side, right? In Nkechi, it's on the credit card side. I'm still going to come on the debit card side. On the credit card side, joint account meaning that's a custodian account, right? That's a savings account, a regular debit side. But on the credit card, what does this do? We can't do that in the UK. I checked. Are you sure? I want to believe. Tell them that you have a 15-year-old. Is there a way you can put them on your credit? But your own credit has to be good first. Okay? Check it again. You check with another bank that you would like them to add them as authorized user. All right. But if they don't have it, that's fine. Okay. All right. All right. Any other person sitting on the side and still sitting on the window that we have not welcomed? Yeah, that you have not welcomed. Any other person sitting on the window, peeping from the window, make sure you click on the follow button so that we can welcome you as the millionaire. Stop peeping. Click on that follow button so we can welcome you. See, I told you, also the latest millionaire in town. Welcome him. Said, I'm getting out of that window. I need to walk in as a millionaire. Welcome in. Awesome. I was advised to have my son from birth. Exactly. Yeah. Well, from birth, I wouldn't do that. You know the reason why? Because life can life at the same time. Remember, they are riding on your wave. I'll do it closer because if you do it 3 years with the before they get there, they're still going to get their perfect 800 or 850 credit. If your credit is perfect, but if you're on a long, life is a season, right? Life is a season, right? I would typically, Astrid, welcome in. Latest millionaire. Exactly. So what if something happens, job loss, anything happens, and it's going to impact them? So I'd rather do it when they are closer. And they also understand because you're giving them a credit card. Yeah, you're going to have a credit card, but they also know that this credit card cannot be used. It can only be used with authorization or an emergency. That's it. That's what, and then you're paying it off and all of that. Okay? All right. So authorized user on your own. So they will be by the time they turn 18, they already have a perfect credit score. Where some other people are starting, their mates are starting at, they are just starting to build their credit. They already have a perfect credit score. So the other thing is teaching them to be responsible with credit. So that's the more reason why I said let them be of that 14, 15, their teen years before you, because you teach them. One thing is for them to have a build a credit. The other thing is you also want to make sure, yeah, exactly. You want to make sure that when they you're doing it for them, almost I would almost say maybe at age 15 when they turn 15, so they know they're getting their driver's license, their what's it called, their learner's permit, and at the same time they're getting their first credit. So it teach them responsibility about life. Okay. Good. So teach them be responsible with the credit, good credit habits. So because once they turn 18, guess what, they go to their school. They don't teach them financial freedom. They teach them credit card. Then people start using it. It's 17 going to 12 grade. Exactly. Do it now. Okay? Do it now. Perfect time. Do it now. But teach them most importantly. Because they go into the world at 18, what's going to happen? The floodgate opens. They get that credit card. They don't know anything about it. But if you start them early, they already know. So trust me, if they do it for 1 year or 2 years, chances are that when they have the opportunity to get it, they're already used to the habit and the training that you gave them. All right? Let's keep tapping out the live. If you're new here, make sure you click on the follow button. Welcome in. We are on a family and finance, right? How every single family member gain financial freedom. And we're talking about, right now, we are at point number 8, where we're talking about building family credit wisely. Okay? All right, let's keep tapping out. Let's get it to 30,000 taps. Let's get it to, or 35. Let's all get it to 35. Get your daily at me. If you can do, what's it called? If you can do Go Populars, that would be great. If you can fill up the gift gallery, that would also be great. And we have the community millionaire avatar now. We do have the avatar. I love the avatar. It's called the millionaire. All right. So we're not joking. We're not joking. We are painting the entire TikTok that we have a community of millionaires, not just TikTok, across all multiple platforms. Okay. On YouTube as well, on YT, everywhere. We're painting it. Exactly. Thank you so much for filling up the gallery. I love the avatar. It's so cute. Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? Awesome. Great, great. Awesome. Thank you all for filling up that. Oh, that is amazing. I love that. It looks so cute. It looks oh, thank you. And we fill the gallery. Awesome. All millionaires in the house. You guys, millionaires. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So we go to the next one. Good credit habits. Teach them. Don't restrain them. You just need to teach them. If you do this, this is the outcome. All right. If you do this, once they understand that, that's it. That's it. Then also avoiding unnecessary debt. But guess what? You need to be the first person. You need to be good to be able to teach them. You need to role model. You cannot be talking. You have to walk the walk the talk. You can't just say do this and your own credit is bad. How do you build your credit? Pay up. Don't just pay minimum balance. Pay it off every single your entire balance. Use your credit card as a debit card. So if the money is not in your account, we are not swiping. So, and then you pay it off every single billing cycle. Within the billing cycle, it doesn't cross over. You see your credit jump. The other thing is that minimum utilization, 10% or less. So teach them that. Do that and teach them as well. All right? Those two things, you will see your credit jump. Okay? If you have, what's all those things that they put, credit card collector or whatever, call them. Are you able to remove it? Is there something we can negotiate and build your credit that way? God Sky and Jeans just say, you know what? This credit matter. I love it. I am the latest millionaire in town. Welcome in, the latest millionaire. God Sky, Evan, and Jeans Cadet. Yeah, welcome to the $1 Million League. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in. Awesome. So if you're new here, click on that follow button so that we can welcome you as the millionaire that you are. Stop sitting on the window. Let's bring you on the red carpet. So avoid unnecessary debt. Most importantly, for you to build a family credit or your credit, avoid unnecessary debt. One thing that is important here though, for husband and wife, or the spouses, there's always one person that is the spender and there's the person that is the saver. So the saver, please teach the spender. The spender, you listen to the saver, okay? Teach and train them exactly. Yeah. So they will not depart from it, right? I grew up in a family, even though my father, that guy is a spender, right? That father is my father. My father, that guy, But I learned it from my grandmom, right? So they call me my grandmom's child, okay? Yeah. So my mom is, yeah. So you teach them, but you can always learn it. It's in the DNA, but you can also learn it. But teach them in a lovable, teach the spender the lovable way as well. So teach them, and if you exhibit it, they would also follow it, okay? And if you cannot, talk to them because they feel that you think that they will not listen. Send them here every single time. You see when I say in short, as a matter of fact, press my screen forehead right now and invite them, all of them, share it with them, share this life. I will talk to them. I'll be the one to talk to them. You don't, let me be the messenger. You cannot talk to them. Share it right now and let them come here so that I teach them. Trust me, they will change after a while. They will change. Trust me, when they see 200 and something people here listening, they will change. All right. So avoid unnecessary debt. I cannot afford it. It's okay. You can't afford it. You cannot afford it. Delay it today. Always remember, the borrower is always the slave to the lender. So do you want to continue remaining a slave? Debt is the greatest thief. Tanifon was like, you know what? I gotta share this, right? I gotta share this. Awesome. Exactly. That's it. That's how it's being done. Bring all of them, the brothers and the sisters that are not listening. Let them, they go to parties every weekend. Invite them. I will tell them, I don't have the filters. I'll say it as it is. I'm not your family member, so you won't beat me. Send them here. All right. Thank you. Awesome. So, and that's it. So make sure that you're not passing unnecessary debt over, right? Delay the gratification. You don't need to. There's nobody, you want to act rich. You think that you're carrying a purse of $4,000. You don't have $400 in your account. You're wearing Gucci. You're wearing all those things. Just become wealthy. Stop living a fake life. The wealthy people don't wear this. As a matter of fact, data has it that 70 something percent, 70, as a matter of fact, is it 78%? 78% of the luxury items are bought by the middle class. Have you seen this guy, School of Adnock? Do you see all those people that is interviewing, those billionaires and millionaires, that multi-millionaires? Do you see the way they dress? Do you see them wearing Gucci from head to toe or Louis Vuitton from head to toe? Most of them are on a bicycle with a short and all of that. And they are billionaires, not millionaires. So you need to go and check it, School of Adnock, and you would see and just look at the trait so that you will know that Dr. Lina is not. The middle class are the ones. And when he interviews the ones that are millionaires, I'm a millionaire, right? Maybe he mistakenly picks a millionaire. You would see the way he's going to be loud. He'll be so loud that you'll be wondering. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Divine Grace said, Dr. Lina, you are absolutely correct. Yeah. Latest millionaire in town, Divine Grace. Exactly. Exactly. So, avoiding unnecessary debt. Okay. Now, estate, and the next thing is that estate and legacy planning. FM, latest millionaire in town. Estate and legacy planning is the next thing that you want to do as a family. So you are now, who are the millionaires that are still here? True talk. Millionaires in the house. If you're still on the fence, you have not clicked on that plus sign, because I want to talk to the millionaires. Eroy Wealth. Oh my God, Eroy. Do you know my Eroy? I do. Yes, I do. I do. Welcoming Eroy in the house. Yes. Eroy, the God that sees us. Yes, absolutely. Welcome in. Exactly. Yes. So, yeah, you want to know I'm a Jesus baby, so I don't take that for granted. I'm not there yet, but yeah, see, you have clicked on the follow button. So I'm talking about the millionaires in the house. So, aspire millionaires. So far, you aspire. That's what I mean, Zaddy. Okay? When I say millionaires in the house, Tammy, welcome in. Exactly. So if you're just still sitting there and you've not clicked on that follow button, now we want to talk to the millionaires in the house. So aspiring millionaires, or you're already a millionaire, yeah, click on the follow button if you're not. If you are still seated there, it's okay for you to skip. If you're not aspiring to become a millionaire, you don't want to gain financial freedom, it's okay for you to, we'll talk to you later. You can join us, because now it's for the people that wants to, what's it called? It's a time for people that are millionaires. Okay, aspiring millionaires and millionaires, those are the people that we want to talk to now. So if you don't want to, so click on the follow button. It means that people that have clicked on the follow button, millionaire in naira, but will soon become in dollars. In dollars is what yes, that's the goal. Millionaire is not in naira. In dollars, that's what we're talking about. Whenever we're talking about in dollars. So if you are just seated here, and you have not clicked on the plus sign, yeah, it's okay. We can excuse you. You can go. But for the people that are here, click on the follow button, because now it's for the millionaires. We're going to do that in the next. We're doing for 5 minutes, but only for the millionaires, people that are aspiring to be one, or you're already a millionaire. So click on that follow button if you have not, because it's now time for that. Exactly. Welcome in all the latest millionaire in the house. I want to make sure that everybody has clicked on the follow button, because at this time we're talking to the millionaires. And you understand why this is very important. The reason why we're talking to the millionaires, meaning aspiring millionaires, in the next couple of months, in the next couple of years, you're getting there, right? The reason why we're talking about this is very important. You don't want to get to that $1 million status, because it's not about if, it's about when. And we're saying 10 years, if you follow the principle and the steps here. It's not about if, it's about when. These are things that we are doing here. Okay, so we're going to be coming back every day of the week. We're doing this all through this July. All right. So, and we have 12 days challenge by the end of, closer to the end of the month. All right. So you don't want to miss that. So why is this important? Estate and legacy planning. Have you heard about the Rockefeller family? Have you heard about that family? If you heard about Rockefeller family, put yes or one. You've heard about the Rockefeller family. Have you? Nobody has heard about them. Yes, you have. They're pretty popular. This wealth has built generation upon generation upon generation. There's a reason why they set it up. There's a reason why they've not gone down. You will see some families, right? And there's a popular millionaire or billionaire, in Africa, one of the richest. If you ask about him today, is no more. I mean, he died in every generation. We don't even talk about his family anymore. His entire wealth ended with him. He was supposed to be a president at some point, but they never got to become the president. And if we can, nobody even remembers or nobody mentions his name anymore. So it is called estate and legacy planning. Is one thing that you build wealth, is another thing that you build generational wealth. Exactly. Right? Nobody even talks about it anymore. Because the wealth started and ended with him. So that's one side of it. The other side of it is that you're making all this money, you're working hard, and you don't want a situation where somebody comes to steal from you. So you need to have something called, there's some things like trust, living trust. Okay? Living trust. What is living trust? Is so if your money in the bank today, you're not going to, I'm not saying any one of us are going to die. Of course, nobody wants to die. But guess what? Everybody wants to go to heaven. Right? Yeah. It's funny. But think about it. If anything happens, maybe your parents are old and they have money in the bank, what happens? You probably don't even know. The other thing is that if you even know, it takes a whole lot of process. It goes to probate. And guess what? Through probate, maybe probate, by the time legal fees and everything happens, maybe all that your family gets is 60% or 70%. So you are working for the government. So there's something called living trust that you need to. I'm doing the same thing, so I cannot tell you fully. So this is there. All right. Get a copy of the book, read about it, and set protection around your money. To become a millionaire is not easy. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can pin it today. Let's see if I can pin it today, because I have it in the showcase. Guys, I don't know how to pin. I'm not going to stress myself. You just bought one. Awesome. Awesome. Good. It's in the I think you can find it there. So protection is very important. Right. Yeah, that's okay. In case you can come back later. That's one. The other thing is that on your account, make sure you set up beneficiaries. Right? Who is your beneficiary? On your insurance, who is your beneficiary? You have insurance at work and all of that. Who is your beneficiaries? Right? So you can have wills, but I also always say living trust is actually better, right? Have life insurance, right? Of course, I know the IUL guys are going to be here now. Here, we don't talk IUL. Investment is different from insurance. Do your insurance and have your. So make sure you take care of that. This is estate and legacy planning for family, okay? This is, and then the other thing is that you want to ensure that if anything happens, passing wealth does not create confusion. Okay? So it is very, very important. This is you can work hard and do everything. Don't let your wealth go and land in the wrong hand. Not just men, as a matter of fact, Temi, not just men. Okay? This is not about man. It is not about women. And as a matter of fact, in my life, I don't point, because God created us individual, right? So exactly, it is about you and you. Okay? About you. Teach your children, either female or male, teach them equally. Okay? So learn that. It's not about the men or women. Okay? Do it for yourself. And set up the beneficiaries as well. I'm not even talking about who is going to be your beneficiary or not, but set it. right? I'm talking about from the government perspective so that at least it gets into the right hands. Great men, welcome to the family. Latest millionaire in town. So that's it. Passing wealth, not confusion. Okay? Passing down wealth, not confusion. Okay? Another thing that I want to add today is LLC. Have an LLC if you have a business and set it up as a business. That's, you want to make sure that you have that so that your asset is also protected. Don't do business. If you have a business or you have real estate, don't do it like it's you. Do it as a business. Have an LLC. Put some protection, put some planning around your investments. Let's keep tapping out the life and we'll soon ramp up the life. I think we'll continue, we'll recap, we'll do the 1 to 4 again next week. All right, then lastly, have family wealth meetings. This one might be unusual. Even me, I still try to do it. I don't have a formal way, but if you can, have goals. Understand what your net worth is. Understand what your financial freedom number is. Because some people are just building wealth. They don't know how much do I even need. To say that, okay, you know what, this is FU. This is what I mean by FU, my boss. If I have this money, I'm good. I can decide to say bye. If you look at me too much and you don't look at me with good height, I can tell you bye. What is your FU number? Some people, a lot of us don't know. I'm going to show you that. Oh, Moba, how are you, Alana? Yeah, welcome in. The other thing is that have investments in place to talk about that. During that time, let your children know what is the kind of investment mommy has. What is the investment daddy has? You talk it to the soul. And we have peace and love. Latest in town, millionaire. If you are still seated here and you've not clicked on the follow button. So when I tell you that we're talking about this is millionaire. So from next month, maybe we need to create a community. So we are going to be talking it in communities, because this might not be for everybody. Some people might not understand because it's deep. It's absolutely, yeah. Because if I'm telling you that, okay, plan you or whatever, some people are thinking something else. Right. Awesome. Good job, Nono, doing that. Thank you. This is, you see, we are building a community. We are building a community, guys. We're building a community. This is exactly what we are looking for. Awesome. And get your daily at me. Tap out the light. We are number 7 friends. Guys, let's see if you can give the gallery. That would be absolutely amazing. We got to, as a matter of fact, as a community yesterday, we moved from a level D, we moved to league. From D, you see we are at league C5 now. You guys are absolutely amazing. We moved from the D league to the C league. That is great. So let's keep it. When you do go populars, you do your daily at me, all those things pushes us on the ranking of the league. Hopefully we can get to the C4 league. More people comes in with that. All right, more people, when we tap out the live, we share out the live, you get your daily at me. If you can give, that would be so appreciated as well. That pushed us to a C league yesterday. Amazing as a community. Amazing. Hopefully we can move from C league to a B league. Wouldn't that be nice? Right? The millionaire family in the C league and the B league. That would be great. Awesome. Thank you so much for the repost. Awesome. So have your meeting once a month if it's possible. Do once a quarter. Goals. What is the net worth? What are the investments that we have? Like my kids now, they know. I mean, we as a family, we know every in short, even the least one knows how many do we have? Do we have 5? Do we have 10? They know all of that. They know, oh, which of this house that we're talking about? Oh, is that one with this tenant? Oh, the tenant that we went to court the other day. As a matter of fact, when I did eviction, they went into court with me. They went into court. We were there together, right? Take the older one. Let them see the eviction process because, of course, there's some of them that already knows, like the first already knows how to do inspection. I don't do inspection anymore. That's it. So you let them know. Okay, so that's what you do as a family. Budget if you can. Otherwise, use the 4-account system to do your budget. Yes. The wins. Let them know the wins. Let them know the pains. We are going through eviction. Oh, all right. So what does that mean? Take them there. If you are into real estate, take them there to go and clean. At least let them do the first. Let them be involved. Trust me, once they get involved, they begin to gain interest. They also understand the value of money. But guess what? Like the billionaire that I talked about, what was the difference? The difference is that between him and the Rockefeller, first, the estate planning, of course, that's it, and some other family structure that he had. But what is even worse is not getting those children equipped, ready. But the Rockefeller, who knows that even the fourth generation, they already built something. You need to learn this. You need to get married. You need to do this, such that they already be part of the business. Yes, exactly, and structure them. So a child already has the credit card of the company, has the shirt of the company, knows that we're going to work. We're going to work. All right. So, and understand. So the next month plans have all of that. Okay. Talk the wins, talk the losses. Know that, let them know that, okay, so that by the time they start doing their businesses, they already know, yes, there might be win time. There can also be losses time. All right. So let's wrap up the live here at 10:30. Okay. Awesome. If you've learned something today, you found value today, or you're just joining, click on the follow button and come back again. I am here 1:30. I will try 1:30 Central Time, 8 p.m. Central Time.